And hello, everybody. If somebody's watching the stream right now, it would be an excellent time to find out if we have sound. But welcome. Can I hear you guys? Everybody, hello?
We have sound.
Can you hear us?
All right. So, this adventure... Oh, let me just make sure that my volume on here is right. Let's try that. Yeah, so this adventure... Sorry about that, everybody. We're almost there. Okay. That should be something like that. So welcome. Cut that out of the YouTube video. This adventure starts right where our campaign left off. The night before Strahd was to marry Irina, he invited his guests to dinner, asking them to bring his bride-to-be along with them. Left without much of a choice after a brutal battle in the swamps of Berez with the hag, Babalaizaga, Midnight and the rest of her party went to dinner with the devil. After thoroughly disgusting them with his misogynistic behavior, he took Irina up to his chambers to begin his pre-wedding festivities a little early. As they passed Midnight in the hallway, Strahd was sure to let the Warforged Paladin watch as his fangs sunk into Irina's neck, and he took the first taste of many that he would have that night. The ceremony, it seems, had begun early. Midnight was unable to fight against her armor, which had animated on Strahd's command to resist her. She fought every step as she watched helplessly as Strahd took her friend Irina down the corridor out into the blackness. When all had seemed lost, though, she heard a voice in her head, the voice of an ancient dragon who had claimed to be Argynvost. The dragon was killed by Strahd centuries ago, and now its head lied in the castle, trapped for all time as a household decoration for the devil's amusement. Argynvost bid Midnight to aid him, but she could not do it alone. The dragon informed her that today the fates have aligned, for a small group of travelers who have just come to Barovia may be able to help them both. If they survive long enough to do so, of course. Midnight was sent from the castle with all haste, riding her celestial mount midday as she herself was as light as all the mists could make her. All the way to the village of Barovia, she rode further from the castle, and as she rode, the armor she wore became lighter and lighter. It's the armor that she had pilfered from Strahd's collection, from a caravan that he had been moving out of the burning town of Vallaki at the time. And it seems that this armor would lose its grip on her and lessen as Strahd's distance from her increased. After hours of riding, she found herself arriving at the village in the middle of a battle. A group of 3 travelers in the middle of the road. One looked like a mountain man, one a bearded gnome in dark clothing, and a third a woman in blonde hair and simple robes. The 3 were defending themselves again on an attack by a group of vampire spawn, and 3 women who moved with unnatural speed and agility. It was clear that they were not all human. The air around them seemed to distort slightly, as if everything happening on the street had been veiled in a magical darkness of sorts. The battle raged on, and the gnome was charmed to fight against his allies. The barbarian fell, and the animals scattered. For almost the whole time, though, for almost the entire battle, the woman in robes was able to channel light and holy spirits through herself and press back the attackers in the darkness, and the spirits eating away at the flesh of the undead beings pressed them back enough that Midnight was able to charge into battle. With one mighty smite, the tides began to turn. The women revealed that they were the brides of Strahd, and they had been determined to be remembered by him. It seems that they had become jealous, possibly, of the new bride, Irina, and the attention she had been getting. This may be their way of proving themselves to him, bringing him some wedding presents and taking care of the catering at the same time. The brides were driven off, but the group took a few serious hits in the process, and now they are regrouping in the middle of the road just before nightfall, and Midnight and Helki have just introduced themselves to each other. After what feels like forever, Midnight has finally met someone else who knows who Ezra is. The only other time she has heard this name was from within the walls of the keep in the western lands of Barovia, Argynvost. Or Argynvostholt, sorry. An undead knight that had claimed to serve her as well also used her name. If they had had more time to discuss things under different circumstances, perhaps she may have learned some more. Perhaps this spellcaster in robes can shed more light than she already has on the situation, and you can decide or determine what your next steps should be. So as we pick up here, our adventuring group, I'm just gonna go on this one. I guess you guys should see this too, but as we pick up from here, our adventuring group is somewhat in the middle of the town, slightly to the north. To the north of you right now lies the church, just up a little hill through another block of houses and up to the church at the top of the hill. The lights look as if no one is worshipping there right now. Midnight, you having been here before, might know why. Mm-hmm. And it seems that the streets are more deserted than they have been in the past, possibly because of what was just lurking on the rooftops. The people here are wise. They don't want to mess around at night, you know that. And so you have come into this battle. There is you've driven off the evil hordes. There is an owl bear that has been revivified as it was taken down in the battle. And you got well, I'll let everybody sort of recap their own experience of last time's battle, because it was 2 weeks ago, and I want everybody to kind of remember where they were at, and if we'll make sure I didn't forget anything and whatnot. So, Midnight, did I forget anything for you?
Nothing of much of note, no. You got the smiting on par.
Nice. Okay, so yeah, that was kind of my main focus was to keep the plot going on the recap, so I wanted to make sure I got all that, but I know that some of you guys had some serious things happen last time, and I don't want to just brush over that at all. It was close calls. So... Oh.
We lost Winnie.
That is just like him to disappear in the middle of an important moment.
I imagine his character just gets a 1,000-yard stare now.
His character's already passed out.
Yeah.
That's perfect.
First he attacks us, now he disappears.
Oh, about that. Am I back?
You're back.
Okay. I don't know what happened. Okay.
I don't know.
Did you go to me?
Your camera's off.
Yeah, your camera's off. Yeah.
Apologies. Yeah, it just dropped
it's
me.
Good.
Once your camera comes back on, I'm wondering if the positions will realign. On your thing. Yep, they did.
It doesn't even look like it messed up until now he's back. Yep.
Yep.
Sorry about that. I don't know what happened.
We're good. Okay. So, yeah. Well, I guess we'll start with you, Wendy. You were in the midst of fighting off some of these zombies. Sorry, not zombies. Spawn.
Vampire spawn?
Yeah, I don't know if Wendy knows what those are even. What's Wendy's experience of what happened last time?
I mean, he's been around the block, but yeah, I don't think he's ever encountered anything quite that spooky. I mean, really, he was enjoying a fairly interesting trip with a good traveling companion of his, and met an interesting fellow, and they were looking for a place to take refuge at night. and suddenly we were jumped. And then Winnie remembers seeing a beautiful woman who convinced him to do things that he did not like to do. And he was very upset about attacking an owlbear. Winnie reveres animals, and that did not make him happy. Fortunately for Winnie, he is unconscious right now because otherwise he'd be beating himself up. So, I don't think he saw what got him and knocked him out, but he's resting peacefully now.
And as you hear this gnome snoring, resting peacefully, I don't know, I'm assuming when he just lets go and you hear a couple snores, but
Oh yeah.
So Brentley, or Groza, you are also bloodied and beaten and potentially snoring. How did that happen for you?
Oh yeah.
So you were waiting for these people to come into town. Explain yourself from there if you want to.
Rose is getting excited because of what he was told to do, and after meeting up with the two strangers, hearing that she is an acolyte of Ezra, got even more excited. It's like, oh, this is so easy. Okay, all I have to do is hang out with these people. I'll find the knight. We'll do the thing. And then I come into town, and I'm introduced to vampire spawn, which I would assume Groza has some experience with, but not so much. They possibly don't go out as far as where Groza's from. It's mostly werewolves and druids. So it's like, oh yeah, these things still exist. And I got burnt up, I got bit up, and I got beaten up. There's a lot of emotional damage and a lot of pride damage going on now.
Nice. So while the bloodied barbarian snores off his wounds, we have this meeting where this owlbear is sloughing off its injuries. It's starting to, move its back legs around and stretch out a little bit. It walks slowly up to Helki's side and puts its cheek against her leg and then sits down again.
Helki does the little oh when it comes over and pets it and says, "You're just such a precious little terrible horrifying monster, aren't you?"
It starts
He
to
moves
relax
kind of sweetly and then kind of looks at you like, okay, trying to be nice.
She's still petting it. She's just
So just
also being
as
very
it starts to relax just a little bit, make a dex save as it moves its head around.
Me make a dex save?
That's right.
Oh, great.
This thing is huge, and you underestimated
fair.
how easy it is to pet.
+4 to that because you're in the ore, and I consider you a friendly.
Hey.
Oh,
So it's 20.
20.
Okay, you definitely hold your ground, and you just realize that this thing is hundreds of pounds, and if it moves and you're not expecting it, it might hurt you.
Yeah.
So you guys are
So good at petting animals.
and yeah, I'll leave Groza's owlbear to Groza from now on to play the animal part, and I'll let you guys. I'll do that for all of your animals outside of combat too. But if I end up your donkey feels this way, or no, it's a goat. Sorry, your goat wants some cloth to chew on. Yeah. Anyways. So yeah, you guys are free to figure out what the heck just happened.
I look at Midnight and say, I think that our first order of business ought to be getting to somewhere that is not just out in the middle of the city.
Well, with all the buildings that are left, the church is the best option. If you can take your gnome friend here, I can deal with the bigger one.
That
We need
would
to get
be
them
perfect.
inside quickly.
All right. Go and collect Winnie.
Just walk over to Gross and chuck him over my shoulder like a bag of potatoes.
Is this Winnie? I think it's Winnie right there.
That's Winnie. Yep.
Okay. Can I put him on his goat? Make the goat carry him?
Yeah, you look over the thing, and his goat is over here. It's chewing on grass still. Kind of oblivious to the whole situation. Like, it's seen some stuff before. And
Wendy, does your goat have a name that I would know?
Yeah, you would know that the goat's name is Barsk. Or
Yeah,
Bearsk.
so I...
Bearsk, actually, Bearsk.
Bearsk? Okay. Yeah, Helgi whistles through her teeth and says, Bearsk, come here, sweet thing. Your daddy needs a ride.
And if he's ornery, you know that juniper branches will tempt him.
So, coax him onto the back of the goat.
yeah, you go ahead. He's your goat.
He will wander over.
I don't think I can move your token, but let me know if I need to roll to see if I drop him or anything.
No, you've got him on the goat, no problem.
He's under the goat, he's fine.
Yeah.
And while she's wrangling the goat, I'll let out a whistle to get Midday to gallop back over here, which I think we removed Midday's token last time. I think I can just... Yeah, that works.
Oh yeah, I think I have a horse.
Yours is down further south.
Yeah, you do have a horse still.
Where? Oh, it's because I'm out of line of sight, that's why. There she is. Okay, she's gonna come over here. Oh, okay.
So, Wenny, your goat is chewing on your cloak, too.
Oh, yeah, there's probably a patch where he does that frequently. Helki, when you tried to load Winnie on the goat, you noticed that he was clutching a sword that was dropped on the battlefield in his hand, and when you tried to remove it from his unconscious hand, it was like that scene in Young Frankenstein where they open the casket to get the book, and the corpse won't give up the book, and it pulls it back, and you just say, to hell with it, I'm not getting that thing out of his little hand until he's conscious.
I tug on it a couple of times, and then I say to Winnie's unconscious body, it's probably cursed, and if it is, you deserve it. Which I would say to his face when he was conscious. Just another thing I'm going to have to try and resolve.
Silence.
Yep. To the church.
You see a few heads poking out, like looking down the street more so, like the houses that are close to you. Nobody's really coming out.
I wave.
But there are, and you see jet right back in, turn off the lights, that kind of thing. They wanted to find out what was happening, but they're not willing to explore.
As I see these people and we're passing through, I do also want to say out loud, as the light breaks through the mist, so does Our Lady break whatever shadows there tread. That is the Lady Ezra. Her blessings be upon you all. Like, very loud.
And you're pretty sure that you see a couple of eyes more in these next few houses you're passing than in the previous ones that didn't just jet away from the windows, right? You've introduced yourself non-threateningly enough that some people seem to be a little less terrified. So we will go to the... this one here. I'm gonna let me know if anybody's not loaded up in a minute.
Just gotta give it a hot second.
There it is.
This is kind of the village of Barovia from a bird's eye view.
There it is.
Nice.
Beautiful.
As you know, when you guys came in, there was fields to the side that even farther as you get closer to town, the fields actually lessened in yield. Like, and this one beside the town isn't really very highly yielding for farmland. It seems that the closer to the river you were as you came into the land of Barovia, that seemed to be a richer area for growth. There was more going on there, and as you get closer to town, closer to the castle, you've noticed that things are looking more blighted. So You passed what Midnight knows now. Down here is the shop, the town shop, built with mercantile. And then you went up towards the church, and now you're basically getting up to the church gates. And, yeah, we can go into the church now. Do. Okay, so you come up to the front of the church, and this is what you see. There's a few lights on. It seems like somebody's been here. The doors are wide open. There is a light coming from inside, but it's faint. It doesn't look like it's maintained at all recently. And, nobody's been cleaning this up since the last time you were here, Midnight.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you want to do? You guys are pretty hurt.
Let's see. Before going inside, I'd like to do a Divine Sense.
Oh. Okay.
Use one of them's.
Good call.
Info tab.
Okay, so you are... How exactly are you reaching out with your powers here?
I'm trying to reach out through the mist and the powers of Ezra to sense if there's any undead-like creatures or evil spawn inside the church, like the last time I visited this place.
Right. Well, there are no undead creatures inside of this area. There's no fiends, there's no celestials, nothing like that here. But the very ground upon which you're walking, everything here is tainted. It is unholy. It is hallowed. This church that was once a holy place, the house of the Morning Lord, is now tainted, is now vile, is corrupt, and turned against what it was from the past.
So knowing this, Midnight will look around and say, there's no undead here, but the grounds are hollowed. It's tainted. But we should be safe enough inside.
It's better than nothing, for sure.
And Midnight will walk inside with Grosh on her shoulder.
I will let Midnight go first, definitely.
So yeah, as you walk up to the doorway... Let's hope I do this right. Huh?
It's going. Hey. Okay. Interesting.
Inside, you see the figure of a man. His eyes are closed, and he is praying, it seems, or chanting of some sort. There is a dog-looking creature walking in front of him, who raises his head up, like it's kind of like sitting, relaxing, and then all of a sudden, when it notices you, it moves its head and just looks at you and stares at you. The man doesn't seem to notice you guys yet. You hear him just like, it's kind of like a very monotonous chant going on.
Do I recognize any of his vestments or the things that he's saying?
Give me a Arcana or Religion check.
We're gonna go Religion on that bad boy, I think. I don't see my little menu.
Do you have your character clicked?
We don't have characters on the thing.
Oh, right, okay. Right.
I just have my sheet manually open for this portion.
I can do it on D&D Beyond.
Yeah, just click on the right side where it's actors. Just click your character name and it should pop up the sheet.
On the right side.
That should be
on the actors tab.
There it is. Ha ha ha.
There you go.
Yay! I can be taught.
And you guys can all give me a nature check about what this creature might be that's in front of him as well.
Oh boy, nature.
We'll try that.
Intelligence skills.
Okay, so about the man, you don't recognize the words he's saying at all. You haven't studied that prayer or that dialect of whatever, but you do understand some of it. It's kind of familiar in a way. It's not completely out of nowhere. You're kind of getting some. You think that this has something to do with a sect, another sect of priests and followers that are rumored to be working within the mists as well. They're not highly advertised. It's not like they go around telling everybody who they are, but they are known as the priests of Osiris. And you realize that some of the words he's saying come straight from their text in a way, like because of being a traveler in the mists yourself, someone who isn't afraid to go where other people find fear to be the case, the normal. You've exposed yourselves to quite a few areas of the world, quite a few different belief systems and other things. You've been some places, and so in doing that, you kind of have this broader scope than some people do about religion, and you've met multiple sects of the Church of Ezra, and along the way, multiple. You could call them blasphemers or whatever of your faith. And those people are the ones who, at times, this guy reminds you of some of those. So that's the level of connection you're getting from him.
Does he sound like he's gonna finish soon? Or
no.
Does it sound like he's on a roll?
Yeah, he's zoned out and just he licks his finger and turns a page and keeps going.
I look to Midnight and try to convey. Oh wait, I think I have message. Hold on. I do. Yeah, so I point at Midnight and say, "Shall I introduce myself?"
I'll kind of just nod.
Helgi wipes some of the dirt and blood off of her robes from the previous altercation, shakes her hair, and goes sort of around Midnight and doesn't walk straight into the center of the room, but does take a step into the doorway, knocks on the door frame and says, "Forgive my interruption, brother, but we seek some shelter for the evening."
He immediately stops his prayer, and you've definitely startled him. He looks up and he's like, "I am sorry, travelers. It seems you have found an unsafe quarter for the evening. Perhaps you will find shelter somewhere else. This is not the place you expected to be."
The vampire spawn are gone, brother.
Oh. Well,
yes, we killed quite a number of them.
There's always more. I assume you're not here for worship, then?
Recuperation, more accurately. At least a few of us.
Well, this is a place of... It was a place of sanctuary, but I don't know if you'll find much here tonight. As long as you are willing to stay to your side of the room, I'm sure we can both shelter here for the time being.
That is most generous of you. And who knows, perhaps we will find that we have brought sanctuary with us.
Well, we will see. Who might you be? What be your business here?
My name is Helke Monheid. I am a traveler. I've come through the mists in search of a legend, as so many do.
A follower of the Morning Lord?
I tend to walk in the mists.
Ah. Huh. Interesting. Not the first time I've heard that recently. Well, I suppose the more the merrier. What, seems you have a group with you? As long as you stay to the rooms over there, or at least don't interrupt my prayers for the evening, we shall have no issue. Feel free to tend to your wounds. If you hear that I have taken a break, you may speak to me again. Will this do?
Absolutely.
Then we will not have a problem. Well met. And he continues.
Well met indeed.
He continues his reading of the book in front of him, and his pet looks a little bit on edge, knowing his tone of voice there. He wasn't comfortable necessarily, so the pet knows like he's watching you, you know. But you guys are now free to roam about the church as we go here.
Oh boy, page.
And then here. Yeah.
I do own a token in this scene.
You do. Well,
Yeah, it told me I didn't, but I think that was a lie.
deleted him. I deleted my buddy.
The weirdo and its weird pet.
What are you talking about? He said it was a dog.
Yeah,
Looks like a
dog with tusks.
I rolled a 4. Looks like a dog
Ponytail.
to me.
I rolled a 12. I don't know what a 12 would get me, but I rolled a 12.
That's a weird looking dog.
Yeah, that's what the dice said,
called-
12.
You know, everything in here probably has like mange or something, so I bet it's that.
Yeah, the 12 is the high one.
The 12 is mine.
Yeah,
The
that's
one with the
good.
negative modifier got the 12.
You get to add
Yep.
your stuff to that, your aura.
No, that's Thor's just saves.
Okay.
I wish it was skills.
So yeah, the priestly being, the priestly man, is sitting there praying. His pet is patrolling the area around him, sort of. You notice as you guys get a little bit closer through the doorway, it's not just the vileness of this place that is bothering you anymore, because you can feel it too now, Helki. You're at ground zero of Hiroshima in a way. This is like the evil in this place is permeating through the floorboards, and it's not that there's anything downstairs this time necessarily, but I was just saying like the whole place is reeking of evil, but it's actually reeking as well. And Midnight, you probably can't notice this, but everybody else, well, I mean, it's almost enough to wake the dead. Helki, it stinks here. It stinks bad.
As politely as I can, I like turn to kind of maybe pretend like I'm like collecting Wenny from the goat, and as I do that, I would imagine I have some kind of like ceremonial herbs on me, and I just like jam them up there, like fully up the nose, like a couple mint leaves, just like okay.
All right. You don't have to make a con save now. That's good. All right.
As she's doing that, I'm gonna go into this room and kind of just like plop the strong man on the bed. If he could move his token in here, that'd be great. And cast an upcasted Cure Wounds.
Okay.
If I could remember the button. Spells Cure Wounds at 2nd level. Heal.
All right.
Oh, that was cool.
Ooh.
Nicely done. So as you feel, for the first time, a little surge of energy entering your bloodstream again, your eyes open, Groza.
Kind of sits up, looks at Midnight, and goes, "Oh shit! Oh, sorry, I forgot you were a thing. I don't mean like a thing.
Just the unblinking stare.
Yeah. Thanks for. Where are we? Where's my bear?
Your bear should be outside. Beat up badly, but outside and alive. We are inside a Church of the Morning Lord. We are not the only occupants in here with what looks like a priest of some sort and his weird animal. But as long as we keep to our side of the church, he should be amicable enough.
Amicable, yeah. As long as he's that word. So we lived.
Barely, but yes.
Awesome. Cool. Sorry, it's been a while since I fought those kind of things. I'm more used to werewolves, but
Vampires.
So, yeah, sure. Are we it? Are we the only two that lived?
No.
I pop up behind Midnight. Hello.
Hi.
Okay, hold on.
Oh,
though.
glad to see you made it.
Just as a point of note, did you leave Wendy in the hallway? Slept on the floor?
No, I'm just I'm just saying hi, but I wanted to ask Midnight or both of you now that you're awake. I think it's probably best if we stay in one room together, and also I don't know if my friend is still sort of brain scrambled or not, and I don't want to wake him up without perhaps removing some of the blades on him and restraining him a bit.
I got some rope. I can tie him up.
Fantastic.
Awesome. Go ahead, and he gets out of the bed. Go ahead and plop him on here.
And I can hold him back. I don't think he's that strong.
Yeah, we put Wenny on the bed. I remove a knife from his boot. And as whoever is tying him, because it should not be me, because I can't imagine I'm great with knots.
I'm hog tying him.
Excellent. I say, this will not be the strangest way he's ever woken up. And then I think I did keep Prayer of Healing, which I should be able to do now.
Which I think that's an aura around
Something
you.
like that?
Isn't
I think it affects
a-
everyone around you.
Yeah, it's an area of effect type of thing. I think.
It takes like 10 minutes or so to cast it, but it's an area of effect that does decent healing.
Okay, so
Up to 6 creatures of your choice.
Oh, okay. So I can should I select you all, or should I just select myself?
I think you
Anyone
should-
who's taken damage, but not me.
Okay,
I haven't taken any.
great. I will do that. Prayer of Healing. Okay.
So what?
A second.
Are you displaying your holy symbol anywhere on yourself?
It's like it's like on a long chain under the robes,
Right. So that's why.
but I can take it out.
Up until now, it's been pretty hidden. But Midnight, you notice as she's casting the spell, because there's no battle going on right now. It seems that her arcane focus is glowing. And in the shape that it's glowing, there's like a flower.
Belladonna, mayhaps?
It is belladonna.
Yeah, I did the knowing. I got the knowledge.
Roll that. 11 points of healing for everyone.
Was that with the +3?
Yes. So yeah,
I
because
think
it
I
was
have
2 4s.
I may have to do that.
Manually?
Click to heal. Okay.
Sorry. I think I did that right.
Yeah, I think you did. I'm just gonna go.
Yeah.
Boop.
It just has to be manually added.
Midnight could not be healed anymore.
Because I am full.
So
Nice.
full of healing.
So even though you're still a little bloodied, Rosa, and you as well, Wenny,
Okay.
you are now awakening to Helki's voice praying over you.
Sorry.
Orc.
I assume that I still have a mandate from a particular lady. Is that correct?
No, you're back to yourself.
Oh, I'm not. Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, you feel
Okay.
obviously a little bit weird because you remember everything that happened.
Winnie is too ashamed to look towards Grossa at the moment. And he looks at Helke and it's just like, did I kill that owlbear? Is it dead?
Helki pats his hand and says, "Don't worry, I took care of it. It happens to all of us from time to time."
Did it know that I stabbed it? I don't want it to not like me.
I don't know how capable it is of understanding that distinction, but we can work on it, I'm sure.
Okay.
I give him his knife back.
And I will slowly put my various armaments in their hidden locations.
I guess I'll take the rope off.
I'm gonna pick up this sword that I vaguely remember grabbing, and after swinging it around a little bit, I realize this thing just doesn't feel right in my hand, and I'm going to walk over to Goza and say, "Listen, I'm sorry for what happened with your owlbear.
My what now?
Hey, just I'd like you to have this sword."
Thanks, but what happened to my owlbear?
Nothing. Wasn't anything.
What happened to my owlbear?
He got very, very hurt.
Oh, well, okay, I thought something bad happened to him. I mean, that's just normal.
Nah, it's fine.
Okay, cool. But thanks for the cool sword. I start swinging it around.
It belonged to one of those ladies. I think it belonged to the one that enchanted me.
Yeah, I remember it cutting. Yeah, you can still see the mark right there on my shoulder. You see it? It's pretty deep.
Yeah, it's obviously a fantastic sword. I just don't
I'll say.
feel like I can wield it with... It feels awkward to me.
I'll make use of it. Thanks.
I'm kind of look down at the small gnomish man and say, well, at least what I did didn't do you any lasting damage.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you taking me out of commission. I don't know what came over me, how she was able to compel me to do that. I don't think anything like that's ever happened to me before.
From what I've noticed, vampires are quite capable at charming creatures.
Yes, they are.
It was awful.
Who among us has not fallen under the troll of a beautiful woman at once in our lives?
You know, it's funny, you say that, and I can picture her face, and I feel almost compelled. I don't know, it's weird. It's almost like she still has a little bit of control there.
I don't like that.
I don't either.
We should find her and kill her.
And
Good luck
at that
finding
moment,
her.
there's like just a little pang in Winnie's heart, psyche, like, I think there's some residual mana floating around in his system after that charm.
Well, it's
he knows it's the right thing.
It's definitely a strong effect. It's like you got shot and then healed magically from it. You're gonna have a jarring effect from that, right?
Yeah, he knows that's the right thing, but somehow there's she's still got her meat hooks in there.
Well, confess I'm a little bit at a loss of what to do now. I know that you, and I point to Groza, were looking for your knight, who we have found. And it seems like perhaps you are on, and I gesture to Midnight, perhaps you are on some kind of important business as well.
Important, I would have to say, is an understatement.
I imagine forging a holy sword is going to take a lot of work.
What?
What?
I don't know anything about forging a holy sword, but I was given some purpose before I left Strahd's castle.
Could there be another Knight of Ezra then? You may not be the right knight I'm looking for.
Well, in Argynvostholt, there are currently the Knights of Argynvost residing there who are gone a little bit crazy, undead and crazy, and the undead Knights of Ezra who are hospitable.
Right. Okay. Still gonna stick with you just in case another knight is to show up, because I got lucky with her, I found you, so if I stick with you, I'm pretty sure another one's gonna show up.
From what I was told from the spirit of the Dragon Argynvost itself, I was to save some newcomers to this land to help me retrieve its remains and reunite them with the rest of its body in Argynvostholt. To gain access to the artifact sword that it keeps, or well, that I now possess that won't ignite.
Huh, just a typical day in Barovia then.
If you say so.
I do.
I trust your judgment.
It's not very strange once you've been here long enough. Vampires spawn, evil druids, evil witches.
Werewolves.
The devil himself in the castle on the keep.
Yeah, there's a lot of evil around here. I guess cultivate the community that you want to be a part of, but...
Welcome to Barovia. Where the devil himself rules.
I have never killed a devil before, but I would like to add that to my list of accomplishments.
Speaking of evil, what is that smell?
Oh, I give Wenny some of the herbs. I offer them to Groza as well. And Midnight, I don't know if Midnight can smell or not.
She probably could, but doesn't need to. Just need to breathe, or blink, or eat.
Wenny's gonna weave them into his beard and mustache so there's like a little aura of pleasant aroma. But seriously, what is that? Is it corpses?
Probably. The last time I was here, there was a fight inside here that was unavoidable.
It certainly looks that way.
The old priest was harboring a vampire spawn here.
I assume he's no longer...
He's no longer with us.
And, who is that? What is that chanting from outside?
From how he sounded when he was talking to your friend earlier, he sounded like a priest of Lithanda. This is who the church is for.
Okay.
Oh, go ahead.
I'm looking around the church. Winnie being an archaeologist, he is able to, when I enter a ruin or dungeon, I can correctly ascertain its original purpose, determine its builders, etc. And not that Winnie's looking to loot things right away, but also determine monetary value of art objects. But mostly Winnie's interested in the architecture. What can he determine about his surroundings, understanding that he's had a limited view of this structure.
Right. Okay. Give me a religion check at advantage.
All right. Let's see here.
Actually, hold on. You're able to determine that you're in a room.
Right.
It looks like it's made of wood. There's a
Are there
pretty
any
comfy bed.
religious symbology,
There's not a lot going on in this room. It's pretty much a guest room that's devoid of a lot of detail. You don't recognize like the stone like a deep gnome might, but you have some of that knowledge as well, and you know that maybe this could be used as a religious type of construction for the mortar and stuff. It's not unheard of.
All right, not enough detail in this room. I'll just keep that in mind as if and when I'm able to walk around the larger structure.
Looks like there's a lot of cobwebs, dilapidation, any type of decorations that were once in this room have been ruined or taken down or whatnot.
Right.
Yeah.
But now that we are all conscious, who is everyone?
Right, only we know each other really at this point. I forgot. To Groza, who's I think the only one I haven't really introduced myself to. I did it a little bit before. But Helke Monhai, the acolyte, if you will, of the Lady Ezra, forging into the mists, because what kind of follower would I be if I were not willing to follow her everywhere?
And I am Win Lavish Wicksuit. I am her servant, and I am here to do what needs to be done so that she may pursue her faith.
Stefan Groza, I'm a wild man. I'm here to fulfill a purpose. I was hoping it was to help you, but now I'm not quite sure.
And I am Midnight, Knight of Ezra, and as I have recently rediscovered, one of her chosen ones.
Nice.
Fascinating.
So upon that, bringing it around in your heads for a minute, the silence in the room, one of her chosen ones is the last thing you said. You both feel, Helke and Midnight, you both feel that connection where you kind of like, you know when you meet somebody that you just get along with right away, and you're like, you get that, like, we could be really good friends, like, right away. You get that weird,
Like, we could be best friends kind of feeling.
Yeah. You both...
Did we just become best friends?
Yeah. You both have that moment of, like, looking at each other and, like, Yeah.
I'm like, I would love to pick your brain about that later. Just, like, not even the logistics, but just, like, how does it make you feel? Is it extremely cool? Like, just...
I unfortunately wouldn't be able to tell you too much, as I'm quite an amnesiac right now. I can't recall my full past.
She's
Maybe
like,
the past year at most.
Yeah. Pulls out her journal and starts, like, writing in it.
Okay.
But the longer I stay here, the more bits and pieces of my memories I return.
Truly fascinating. I wonder, is it a blessing or a curse? Difficult to tell.
Only time can tell on that one.
When we came in, our friend at the desk said something about this is the second time recently that he's heard that a follower of Ezra is here in town, and I am curious to know who it would be.
The only other ones I'm aware of is you, myself, and the undead Knights of Ezra, but they stay almost solely to Argynvost.
Exactly. So who else is wandering around on behalf of the lady?
So unless someone else has come through recently, the only people I can think of are me and you. Which sounds highly unlikely since almost no one in Barovia remembers Lady Ezra.
And I came in from the outside.
Have you tried asking him?
He
wished to not be disturbed until he had a break.
Yeah, I will ask him as soon as there is an opening, but he was very clear about not wanting to be interrupted while he was doing his prayers, which I understand.
He also seemed tried to be pretty quick at making us leave until I told him the spawn are gone.
Well, I mean, I don't blame him there. I've never been here, and I was assaulted in the first day. It's a rough. I've been to some rough places, but I don't think any place quite as overtly dangerous as this.
Oh, you'll get assaulted with something every day. Something.
Many somethings.
If it's not
worthy
wolves,
trial.
If it's not wolves, it's werewolves, or hags, or witches, or druids, or dryads, or vampires, or zombies, or anything.
Sounds like a lot of people who could use the lady in their lives.
Especially since this place is so insurlessed by the mists.
It's strange that she doesn't have a stronger presence here, given that. But that is what I am here to fix.
I have my own theories on what caused that.
I would love to hear about them sometime. She's like, she never meets anyone who wants to talk to her.
It's not very long. It's a not very long theory. It's the bastard that's living in the castle.
Ah, the devil.
Strahd von Zerovich. Resident vampire and oppressor to everyone in this continent.
Would we know that name coming from outside?
You, as a priest, would know of the lore of this place.
Okay.
As a priest of the Church of Ezra, would know that this is one of the lands that are foretold to exist in Ezra's domain. And as a traveler of them, you have been to other ones before this one, and searching for more followers, right? And this is one of the oldest existing domains of her governance.
To Midnight I say, I was kind of hoping all of that would turn out to be like a metaphor or something, but...
Unfortunately not. And thanks to one of his possessions that my prior group pilfered and from magic I thought was safe, it's not the safest for me to go back into the castle until I can remove it and find replacement armor.
What did they take?
I kind of just clanged the armor.
Oh. It's magnificent.
This was apparently his. And when he's close enough, he gains control of it.
Well, that's it.
Oh, no.
Oh.
And I don't know how to take it off.
Huh. Oh.
Because I don't have strong enough magic to take it off myself.
I've dealt with that
It's
before.
like fused to you. Oh, that sucks.
Oh no, I'm a Warforged. I look similar to this without it, but
Oh, yeah, okay.
it's like plating bits and pieces on top of other plating bits and pieces.
No, I've had that
Live in
where
a mountain.
you pick up something that you think is really great, but then you can't get rid of it. It's terrible.
So, Groza, give me an intelligence check.
Oh, of course.
We're taking mental damage.
Insight would be okay if you want to do that.
Ooh.
Although you have
pretty
never seen a Warforged, and you have never conceived of a being that is walking around like made of armor, for a second, the idea dawns on you that could exist.
I mean, magic exists, so I'm sure. Yeah, I mean, it totally makes sense what you just said about what you are. I mean,
An easier thought would be animated armor with a brain.
yeah, easier thought.
That's exactly what it dawns on you that she might be.
I doubt that my magic is strong enough to remove it, but I would be honored to help you figure out how to make that come to pass.
I would be very grateful if you could ever figure out how to get this off me.
Have you tried just ripping it off?
It's not removable.
Oh.
I've tried.
We can dig into the deep lore of the armor later. I was about to ask some questions, but
I might not even have the answers.
yeah.
Probably don't have the answers.
For sure don't have any answers.
My brain hurts thinking about it.
I think at this point, perhaps we should sleep or rest, however we rest.
Rest, get our wounds healed over, all our magic energies back, because I am definitely tapped from that.
I have a tiny bit of chamomile tea left. Would anyone like tea?
I would
Take a
love
glass.
some tea. If you could figure out how to heat water right now, I would love some tea.
Winnie's basically just gonna clear a spot on the floor, and he's gonna put his tin plate underneath on the floor and build a small, just a little twig fire, just enough to heat up a little metal cup worth of water to brew some tea.
Okay. This is something you've done many times before.
Many, many times.
You do not have to roll to brew tea. You guys all watch this strange little man prepare his contraptions as before you, all of a sudden, he has a fresh, warm cup of tea.
And I will divide it as evenly as I possibly can.
Roll to drink your tea.
Roll
it's
to
still
not
hot. Let it cool down. Let it cool down. It's still hot.
roll to not take 1d burn damage on your mouth.
So, Midnight, what do you do with it?
Kind of just like look at it and just think it's not oil, but he's offering and I don't want to be rude, and kind of just like finagle with an opening and just kind of pour it down the opening.
We hear dripping
Into the grating.
Sounds like an eaves trough or something for a second. So, as you guys are kind of taking this moment to like catch your breath and put two and two together, it dawns on you that somebody just tried to assassinate you guys, right? Midnight came in and was the one who, for whatever reason or another, if it wasn't for her, that might be the end. And likewise, Midnight, you have never seen power like this before, used like this in your memory. This lady just called the light in that battle that you had. Like it was pure light, pure daylight, and in a place like this, that is very unnatural. So you have that going through your head, and Groza, you're just like, okay, these people are crazy spellcasters. There's nothing on the mountain like this.
Right.
Most of the stuff on the mountain, it is kill or be killed. It is survival of the fittest up there. There are spirits, and you're not scared of ghosts. You're a tough one, but at the same time, they are powers beyond your comprehension of how it works. And so,
Oh, absolutely.
yeah, to have this aura shining off of this knight in front of you, it's undeniable how much, you're in the face of some kind of strange power now. And it's definitely...
I think for Groza, it's just more of a surprise that they actually dragged him here. Like you said, it's kill or be killed, so I imagine I was just going to be left. And as midnight is emanating the aura, it's just like, maybe this is the night, and maybe I'm not wrong.
And you guys can roll short rest hit dice if you like right now, as you've had enough time in there to relax and catch your breath that you can do that.
Do we have anything that replenishes on a short rest? Probably not.
I don't think I do either.
All my spells are long rest. Let me double check.
I should probably do some hit dice.
Don't need hit dice. What's this say?
And okay, I'll be still listening, but I'll be right back in a second. I'm just gonna go to the bathroom quick.
I think Leonhands is long rest. I don't have the wee woo healing.
Roll.
Divinity.
We'll do Anoma.
Divine Sense. Having to squint and read through all of this. Because all my abilities are like paragraph long things that don't say when it is until like the end.
Of course.
I know there's one short rest thing I have somewhere. Swear to God, there's one.
Oh, how do I use my thing?
That's easier.
I think it worked.
Let me just look on here. It's easier to look on here. Channel Divinity is short rest, so I would have that back. Fine, long rest.
I believe that's the one.
I can I can use my last Harness Divine. Okay.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so Groza, you've got some
And
healing
I get
too?
spell back.
Yeah, it added automatically.
Okay.
Get that spell back.
So are you guys finished using your hit dice for the time being then?
Two
Yes.
whole spell slots.
2 whole spell slots?
Yes. Yeah, I used one of my harness thingies to give me another spell slot. I
Oh,
wanted
good.
2.
Excellent.
I believe I get my sorcery points back because of my thing, too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I also get my special channel divinity back as well. Yeah, I do.
So, Midnight, you've got this book too while you're doing this little rest here. And the priest is still
Journal.
chanting. You've got a couple of journals actually.
Oh, more than just Van Richten's? It was Van Richten's and Strahd himself.
Correct.
Gotta add that into the sheet.
Strahd's journal is more of like it's an excerpt from his main journal sort of thing. It's like
Strahd's
small
journal.
pages that have been bound into a journal. Like it's not his entire journal, but it's
It's just part
journal
of
of some of the pages of a journal. And so but the Van Richten one is like the history of all the places he's been. It's got a lot of
Comprehensive
information.
history of monsters.
Exactly. So in there, you have a lot of information about vampires, and that you have not been able to fully ascertain all of the words in it. It has been as if... Oh. Darn it, my camera's not on.
Oh no.
I see blackness. I think it's covered.
Yeah, it's on. It's just not working. It's as if the book has been encoded somehow, and that's one of the reasons you haven't been able to break through it. You thought it was some sort of magical
Like cipher.
barrier that's preventing you from reading the words, and you've tried all kinds of things on it over the time. But I mean, this is a time when you generally, when you have rest time, and those are some of the things you pull out is your scroll of pedigree. You've done this many times. Your Van Richten's journal, and even the journal from Strahd himself that you found in the church in Kresk. And so Van Richten's journal you pilfered from Van Richten, and it has a code to it of sorts that, like, because he was a priest, you figured maybe he'd put a magical cipher on it or something. But as you pull it out and you're leafing through it during this rest time, Wenny, you catch a glimpse of that page. And this individual, whoever wrote this journal, immediately you respect them. Because there is a level of cipher going on here that you have only seen a few times in your many years. And this book has a... you recognize some of the symbols used. It's like a thieves' cant coding that is done on... It's not a very common thing, it's not even all thieves do it, but there are a few who use this type of technique for when they want other people to not have a clue what they're reading. So Midnight, you've got these journals and these shorthand notes and stuff or these drawings and these shorthand notes that have point form things about different monsters and whatnot. But when you know that there's more to that book that she's holding, and you don't know what she knows about it, but that's an interesting book.
Where did you get that book? It's a manuscript, is it not?
It's more of a guide. It's written by a man who was known as Van Richten. The bastard that he was. He wrote a very comprehensive guide on all the monsters he's encountered, but I can barely read it.
It does appear, and I don't mean to be poking my nose into your business. I have an affinity for books and maps and even codes sometimes, and I can tell that this was written using some interesting codes. Would you mind if I looked at it?
Oh, go ahead. She'll flip to a page on vampires. See if you can decipher this one.
And I will take the book, and before I start flipping pages, I want to look, at the outside. Obviously, this is an original manuscript. This is not a published book, correct?
This is not published by any means.
Yeah. And is it any details on the outside that are noteworthy?
You're going to have to give me an investigation check.
And I will pull out my cartographer's tools. I believe I have a magnifying glass in there, and just kind of... I'm being very delicate with this thing.
You can have advantage. You can have advantage as you pull that magnifying glass out.
In investigation, you said?
Yes.
Okay, let's see here. Let's go to skills, which is here, and investigation, which is here. And we will do that. 21.
Nicely done. Okay. 20 was your, I'll give him, 25 you would have gotten the whole enchilada, but I don't think that's even possible, so. I think I saw a 19 come up, right? Am I wrong? Oh, it's a 12.
It was a 16. I rolled kind of crummy, actually.
Okay, well, 21's still good. You actually notice that this is one of the 4 or 5 ways to do this cipher, where you take a code word, and turn it into a number, and then shift all the letters over that many numbers worth of the letters, and then back again. So the numbers between, once you get the number that you need to take away, then it starts that you can just do that with all the letters, and you're starting to read the book slowly and read words coming out, and you're actually reading the secret notes that this guy has written on these things. If this book was ever found, they would consider him to be a bird watcher of the undead. You don't get much from it just from having a glance at it. All the real information is hidden within the pictures and within the words that don't make any sense that are on the page. And those words now start to make sense. Words like forbiddance. There's a description of how these creatures cannot enter unless they are invited. It's saying, do not invite. They will trick you. There's a lot of wording about that, trying to figure out ways to fool you into letting them into your home. That they seem to not use just simple "Can I come in?" that often. It's one of those things where if they can't get permission, they can't come in. So they are typically trying to fool you, using deception and using things like that. They're not honorable creatures by any means. You see another heading in the journal. It's talking about running water. They don't like streams. They don't like rivers. He never sees them by the streams or the rivers. As far as he knows, they don't like light. They're not hurt by it, but he can't seem to find real sunlight here anyway, so he doesn't know.
Okay.
It seems that the only way to truly kill one of these things, because he has done it many times, and this is the biggest note on the whole page. These things don't always stay dead. The only time that they actually do is when they are staked in the place where they rise from. So he has seen these things rise out of the grave. There's an entry on the story about this that you guys can all sit down and you start reading this journal story out that he has written. And one day, there was a lady who had been bitten by a vampire, killed, drained of all her blood, and it wasn't like she had been laid to rest by the church and everything. The next day, her family was still around the site where she was buried outside their home, and Van Richten happened to be a family friend. He was visiting at the time, and for the death, he is a priest and everything. And the story goes into how he had to, in the battle with this creature, he broke part of the coffin off and used it as a weapon. In doing so, the creature vanished to dust. It disappeared in front of his eyes, turning to an ashy outline of what it was before. And it was the only time that one of these creatures was able, up until that time, was able to be actually killed. Up until, like, his experience with them up until then was that they would rise again moments after being taken down. And so they didn't like fire and things like that, but as long as the fire was out, they would come back, get back up again. And this is the one time where it actually disappeared from the plane. It seemed to have done something much different. And that's pretty much what you get from that journal.
I imagine Winnie ordinarily would play his cards pretty close to the vest and not necessarily reveal that he could read this thing right away. But I think after reading what you just told us, he would be so fascinated he just started reading out loud without even knowing it before he realized. And so yeah, by a certain point, probably right after they will gain entry. They will use trickery to gain entry if not invited. He was probably reading out loud without even knowing it by that point. This book is valuable. Where did you get it?
Off the corpse of the man who wrote it.
The corpse.
He was planning a genocide, so my group deemed it better to kill him.
Genocide of who?
All of the Vistani.
Does Winnie know who the Vistani are?
He was going to kill the Vistani?
Yes. He had a very long grudge against them for something that happened to someone he knew, and he would not let it go.
They're like really cool people.
He was
Who are
going to
these?
massacre them all.
Winnie does know who the Wastani are.
Okay.
Don't know who the Vistani are? Ah, man, they are awesome to party with.
They are the people who Strahd allows free reign to come and go from this realm.
Did not know that part, though.
You know, I think I've met very colorful wagons, interesting clothing,
Yeah,
Something like that.
Yeah,
spicy food, really delicious food, stews.
and the
Fairly
music.
hospitable.
They make these herbal liqueurs that are just delicious. They'll get rid of worms, cure indigestion. I love it.
And they always have good wine.
Hard to find where I'm from, though. That's terrible. Listen, I could probably teach you how to read this. It's a fairly simple code once you understand.
It would be much appreciated. The excerpt you read on the vampires was already fairly helpful, considering I didn't know they had to be from where they risen from. I had figured stakes and fire would have solved it, but
Well,
that's
I
very
don't,
helpful.
having never, other than whatever brief encounter we just had, I think the more we know about these things, the better off we'll be. Let me see if I can teach you how to how this cipher works. And when he rustles through his pack, pulls out a very worn out leather document case with a little pouch on the side. He pulls out his cartographer tools, which luckily contains a few scraps of paper, and he starts writing out how the cipher shifts with the code word, the numbers, the alphabet, the letters. Don't keep this with the book. Keep this separate. In fact, you should keep it probably not even on your person while you're carrying the book.
Then you hold on to the cipher then, since I have a feeling we're going to be traveling in this area for a while together.
Okay, I'm going to stick it in this boot if we need it.
She'll just like nod, and if you can keep looking through the journal if you'd like. I haven't even read through all of it myself.
Winnie is going to take you. I will take you up on that, and I'm going to look specifically for any information about amulets.
Okay.
While we're sitting there, I had a question about how long temporary HP last. Do you just get to keep them until they're gone?
Until you take another
usually-
rest.
Yeah.
Or until
Okay.
they're gone.
Okay.
The spell usually comes from our ability. Usually states when the THP ends.
Don't see it on my sheet, but
As
I
far
think it
as-
is just at the end of the next rest.
That would
Yeah,
make sense.
once per
Because you
short rest.
Because you rested and got replenished and all that such.
In which case, I
Yeah.
will spend 10 minutes inspiring my companions and give all of us 12 temporary hit points.
Oh, fantastic.
Is there anywhere you can mark that on your sheet? Oh, there it is. Temp. 12.
Nice. Well done.
12. That's cool.
Does everybody have that set up, or do you want me to put...
I can
you could
see
put
how
mine
to,
in.
Yeah, I can see how to do it on the sheet itself, because it's right under hit points in a little tiny box.
All right. You're good to go there.
Awesome. Yeah, I give like a... I like say a prayer of Ezra. It's like a very long, because it has to be 10 minutes. So, just 10 minutes of me talking about it.
Oh, no. We're not skipping over that.
Oh boy.
10 minutes of strictly Ezra.
Give us a brief 20 seconds.
I can give you sources if you don't have any.
I've made some stuff up, so it might not be the same school. But we do not.
You.
Yes, please. Please do. Sincerely, I will use them going forward.
It's a website.
Oh hell yeah! Though we walk in the mist, we do not fear, for we know that it is not the darkness of the night come to claim our souls, but Our Lady walking beside us and guiding us through. We trust in her infinite wisdom, for there's no peak or valley on which she has not left her footsteps. Amen. I don't know.
To Our Ladies of the Night, and finish my tea.
Yeah.
And as that happens, you are all also, for the next hour, under the effects of the Bless spell.
Oh,
fantastic.
That's exciting.
As Midnight and Helki both begin to glow, and you all
More than
feel
usual.
a little bit luckier than normal, a little bit more confident than normal, and
Additions. There it is.
Helki's like mystified and says, "That doesn't usually happen when I pray."
The powers are a little bit stronger here than in somewhere like Faerun.
Interesting. Writing again.
You'll find there are times where she will guide you.
Shiva.
So, as Winnie starts reading through this book even more closely, he's listening to this prayer, and occasionally he pipes up with a "How the Lady Doth Stride" or something like that. But mostly he's reading this book. He's got pulls out a little pair of pince nez that he props on the end of his nose, and when he puts those things on, there could be dragon flame around him. He wouldn't notice. He is studying this book, looking for amulets, almost to his detriment if something were to go down.
okay.
Say there was fire coming out of you?
No, if
He wouldn't notice if there were dragonfire around him.
Oh, I thought he said he would have noticed if dragon fire came out of him. I'm like, is your companion usually bursting in flames like that?
only after spicy stew from the what are they called again?
Stani.
That is bursting into flame is certainly one thing to call it.
A single Vistan or a group of Vistani. Some lore for you.
Linguistics.
The more you know.
The more you know in Barovia.
And it's just like a rainbow bat.
The more you... Barovia. No. That's nothing.
Arnovia.
I retract my statement.
Midnight will also take out her scroll of pedigree and say, I do have my group managed to befriend this nice hag lady who seemed very strangely helpful, who said if we fulfilled our end of the bargain, she would decipher this for me, but can any of you read this? And she pulls out her pedigree and props it open.
It's definitely one of those moments where give me an insight check, Helki, and I don't know if Groza would necessarily know what that is, or Winnie.
Winnie's too busy concentrating on this book to pay attention.
Hot 12.
You're just having a hell of a day, Helki. All of a sudden, this god that you've been following your entire life, and pretty sure you know what's up with it. Somewhat. Maybe not.
Kinda, sorta.
It's almost like you were a fan of fine art all your life, and then somebody just walked in with a Mona Lisa and just set it on the table and said, does anybody ever... Does this make any sense? And then, I don't know, throws it on the bed or something, right?
I can't read it. I can't read it, but I am getting a very strong... I mean, I don't even know if I could read common right now. I'll be honest, I'm very tired. But it is beautiful still. It is interesting. I don't know.
It was worth a shot, at least.
I want to touch it, but I'm a little afraid to. You know what I mean? It's that sort of a feeling. I touch it.
Groza touches it too.
They touch the paper.
You feel... Actually, make a wisdom save.
+4 to both of you. +4 to both of anyone who makes it.
Okay.
The aura goes boom.
It's actually +4 and plus a d4.
Oh, wait.
And so that's an 18 and a 16. Right? Or did the D4
Yeah,
not get added?
Because it's a 1d4 and a straight +4.
Right. Oh, that's the insight check. Never mind. Yeah. The wisdom save is
18 and 24.
You both pass. But Stefan didn't really have to. You didn't touch the paper, did you?
I did.
Yeah.
Oh, you did? Okay.
They both did a touch.
I gotcha. Yeah, okay, so you both pass. You both feel that what you've just touched is very... like you did a web search, and it came up with, like, the first result is a 20,000 page book. You're like, nope. That's a lot of information right now. Just trying to even think about what might be on that has overwhelmed your brain.
See, it's just paper. It can't hurt you.
I just shake it off a little bit, like, ugh. Something, certainly, but I could not tell you what. Or even the general area of what.
When I last spoke to the hag who claimed she could decipher it eventually, she claimed ancient druidic.
What bargain did you strike with her? Like, what does she want you to do in exchange for this thing?
I believe she wanted all of these special gemstones that my friends knew more about than I did for some type of spell to weaken Strahd. It was a win-win for both of us.
Those are rare.
Yeah, aren't highly suspicious.
Fairly, but I haven't had reason that you would hurt us.
Yeah, it's a bargain I would take too, to be totally honest. I'll have to think on it.
Right about this time...
she just, like, puts the scroll back in its casing and back in her bag.
Right about this time, everybody hears the chanting in the other room stop. Yeah, Wenny, you definitely know that it stopped.
Thought he'd never finish.
I'm gonna give it a minute because I don't want to seem too eager, but I do want to go out and thank him for his hospitality and ask him about who else may have come by recently.
Turn. Slowly turn.
Yeah,
Midnight, it's really creepy when you do the slow turn. If you could just, like, full-on turn.
If only the software was faster. Kind of get out the doorway.
Nice.
Hey, Winnie, we're gonna go bother the priest dude.
Oh, I'm right behind you.
Okay, just want to make sure you're paying attention.
That's great.
Wait.
Yeah.
So he has stopped praying. He's not behind the altar anymore. He's sitting with his hands in his lap, or his hands in his head, and his head's like down. His elbows are on his knees, and he's on this bench that's broken. Like the whole church has been busted up. Wenny, from out here, you notice that this is definitely a Church of the Morning Lord. Your architectural knowledge. This is like maybe an older one. They haven't done this kind of construction in a while. The symbols are a little bit different. But yeah, you've seen this 100 times before.
Oh, it's a shame it's in such bad shape. This is one of the older ones. And I'm just gonna like touch one of the columns, looking for mason's marks, or it's a beautiful building. It deserves to be restored.
Okay, and as you move up there, you get closer to this creature. Helki and Wenny, you guys both make me Constitution saving throws.
+4 and a 1d4.
Wenny can't help but wander off.
You are within 10 feet of midnight as well.
I think that'll do it.
Okay.
Oh no, hang on.
He needs that extra 4.
Wait, can I use...
So that'd be a 12 for Winnie.
A 12.
Oh, you rolled it for me. Okay, good.
Because my stuff is a straight 4.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, Wenny, it seems like one of those... remember how you took those little mint pieces out and you were itching your nose in the room there before you came out?
Yeah.
You didn't put them back in. You feel really woozy right now. Like everything you're doing is tough. You are like almost like punch drunk, and this creature that's standing in front of you is definitely the source of this. It is no bodies in the basement. It is not anything else. This thing stinks and needs some kind of a bath. Awful.
Okay.
Would I recognize what this creature is?
I don't think your nature check. Did you?
I didn't make
you
one because I was unconscious.
That's right. So you can make one.
Yeah.
And I guess
like
when
to
you
know
can
if I
too,
did
yeah. When you can too.
Try.
It's a weird looking dog.
That's what I said.
It's a very weird looking dog. It's got like a skull type face. Club. A club.
I'm not familiar with this breed.
Hey, kitty.
Its tail has like a club on it, and there's like a bunch of holes in the club that lead into something inside. It's like a football with holes drilled in it, kind of.
A snake gland.
Absolutely hate that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Truly
I hate it.
But
Thank you
Helki,
so much.
the nose plugs seem to be working, and you don't seem to have an issue getting any closer to this thing as you walk up. And
Yeah.
I don't need to breathe.
Groza, you'll need to make another a save as well, Constitution save, if you walk closer as well. So it's up to you if you want to. You can tell that something stinks over there.
Yeah, something stinks. I'm gonna stick next to midnight until I'm needed.
I don't want to come too close because I don't want to like give the impression that I'm trying to crowd this person's space or make their animal nervous. But I do want to get close enough to like not be yelling across the room. And I say, thank you again, brother, for the generosity that you have shown us this night. It was a gem in the darkness of a very interesting evening.
Yes, I did not... One sec. Almost got me. He's not Russian, not Barovian. Yes. Well, I remember what it's like to be afraid of the dark. So, even though it's been a while, no problem, traveler.
I don't know if your order allows you to give a name or a title by which I could address you. My name is Helke Monheid.
You can call me Gavin.
Gavin.
I used to go by Father Gavin, but it's a name that I no longer wish to hold.
Understandable in a place like this, I think.
Yes.
Though I hope that, though your desire to lead a flock may have left you, I hope that your faith remains internally.
Oh, I do not need faith. It is very evident that all of this is real, at least to me. Faith is for those who must believe.
That is an interesting take on it. I will have to take that into consideration the next time that I'm meditating. And not to further throw myself upon your kindness, but you had mentioned that I'm not the first person you have met recently who's here wandering the mists on behalf of the lady. And I wonder who else it might be that you have seen.
You presume much, traveler. But I have not lately heard your lady's name. However, it is familiar to me.
Okay.
It is something that I, in past times, have been drawn to try myself. A little bit of faith, even for those who know that it's all real. Sometimes it can be hope is all we need sometimes, right? Us mortals.
Yes. I do agree. My mistake. I misunderstood. Is there anything that I can offer you by way of thanks?
Unless you know how to commune with the dead, I don't believe so.
Goes to check spell sheet. I don't think so, but worth a look.
I am searching for aid here. And I have been told that there is a spirit beyond that is trapped here. I'm hoping that this spirit may aid me in my journey.
Well, I will ask my lady to bestow favor on that journey, that you may make it there faster.
Well, I asked her a few 100 years ago, and she didn't tell me anything good, so I'm not holding my breath. But we'll see. And he walks back around. I hope you've gotten some rest. Are you heading out anytime soon?
I look to the crew.
Following you, so whatever you decide.
I would benefit most from having a long rest since I've been on horse for days straight. But if you wish to head out now, I can.
By all means, stay the night. I don't wish to drive you out. I just needed to take a moment. This is taxing, even on me.
I'll wait till we're in the room to talk to the rest of the people. We will endeavor to be silent as church mice. Since we are here.
What's the church mice?
It is like... And I like take Groza and sort of walk back toward the room while I'm explaining.
Towards the various rooms.
Yeah. They're like little mice, and they live in a church, and they're known for being like very quiet. It's sort of it's like an idiom, which is kind of like a popular saying more than an actual creature.
Idiom. We just call them mice.
Not idioms.
Yeah, we don't call them idioms. They taste good over a fire, though.
You know what? Helki might have actually eaten a mouse before.
It's a good source of protein.
She's looked pretty rough at times. Says,
The only one here who hasn't is Midnight.
I don't need to eat. What's food?
They do leave you wanting more, though. Just such a small portion.
Right? It's never enough.
It's never enough. Just commiserating.
Woody's gonna look at the man, and his gaze goes from the man to the animal, back to the man, and he's just too curious. Sir, what kind of animal is this? I've never seen one like it. Or, frankly, smelled one like it.
Well. I was about to start praying again, but...
I will leave you. I don't wish to disturb.
I call him Frank.
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 Oh, it makes sense now.
He is not really from around here, or maybe he is, I'm not sure. I'm not a animal person, really, normally. Frank and I just get along for some reason. He's a catoblepus, I believe they call him. I took him to a town one day, and they they all told me what he was after he incinerated some people, but we got out of there, and that's.
Incinerate?
I'm not sure if I'm saying it right. I only heard it once from them. They're like, "Oh my god, I can't believe it." I said, "Frank, let's get out of here." But anyways,
Cheese it.
Is he friendly? Can I pet him?
I wouldn't. Most people don't like getting close to him. I don't really. Do you not smell that?
Yeah, I do, but his face is so cool.
He wants to pet the big puppy.
I
message Wendy from like back here, just like sort of low key point at him, and in your head you hear, "Darling, there's an owlbear outside that you still have to mend fences with. Let's not anger any other creatures tonight, okay?"
Okay. Good night, Frank.
Frank exhales a little bit and sits down a lot like a dog or a bull. Something in between. And as you guys get back into one of these rooms, you notice that all of the rooms here are pretty dilapidated and worn down. There's not much left in this church. And it's definitely, like I said before, like taking a step out of this room again and like getting that glimpse of the whole thing. Oh, hold on.
She went through the wall.
I don't know how I did that.
I got it.
She just went through the wall. Yeah, it's possible to go straight through the wall. I just
Helky's
kind of
plane
mimicked
shifted.
that.
Helky's so tired. She just
goes
walked
through
through the wall.
Okay. So, yeah, I was saying, as you guys were able to get back out into the full room and see the church, the whole church again, not just this little room, you're reminded again of how the ground here is not holy. It is the opposite of holy. All of you get that feeling, like goosebumps. This is worse than the town in a way. Not sure how. There's shelter here. You could probably rest here, and it seems like this guy isn't gonna, like, your insight's telling you that this guy doesn't really mean you any harm right now. He's just trying to do something that isn't working, potentially because this church is so evil. Who knows?
Under my breath to the room, I say, not that I think we should interrupt or that it's any of our business, but I'm pretty sure this guy's trying to, like, contact someone or maybe summon something, so we could stay here. Maybe we don't want to stay here in case what he winds up summoning is, like, really bad.
Didn't he say he was incapable of doing so?
So far. But the way my luck has gone this evening, although mine's been pretty alright, but on the whole, as a group, I would put our luck at a little bit on the bad side.
Well, our only options are the church or the hag running the orphanage. I'm pretty sure she's turning children into meat pies.
Turning what now?
The last time my group was here, the Burgomeister's house was owned by the Burgomeister and the children. Two of them died. The only one left was the female, and she went on our journey with us. And the hag we didn't know she was a hag at the time, and we thought, hey, she looks like a nice old woman. Let's have her run the orphanage so there's not children on the streets without a home. So we just turned it into an orphanage and found out much later, through one of the members' fervent denial because of the mind-altering pie, that it was a hag, and the pies are made of people. Don't eat pie here, ever.
Good to know.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm sure she's still throwing up now. Anytime she thinks of a pie.
That would be a hard one to get
That's
past.
my takeaway from the story, too.
So it's either we hope the hag is nice and doesn't try to turn you into pie and stay there, or do we stay here?
I mean, I'm okay with it. I just wanted to sort of throw it out there that I'm extrapolating just in my brain. So I could be wrong, but that is my guess based on context clues.
Yeah, it's just which one do you feel more comfortable in?
Well, I mean, Midnight, it's not like it's something that occurred to you necessarily, but I'm informing you that all the people in this town are very weak and hungry, and you can take any of their homes.
But that would be mean.
I think Groza would have that same thought.
But that's mean.
So yeah, Groza would say that. It's like, we can just go take a house. I mean, have you seen the people around here? They're kind of small.
But wouldn't that be rude?
We can argue manners. More survival takes precedence.
I mean, if you want to stay in a house, we can at least barter for our stay. Offer them food.
Yes,
Or
barter.
healing. Or prayers. There's a lot that we could offer.
These hands.
I have a feeling they would want food more.
Are
Would
there
it be
not
more pliable?
Are there not empty houses or empty buildings that we could just sort of be in?
I don't know. I haven't been through Barovia since I've originally arrived here. It was a very short stay.
Yeah, it's been quite a while since I've been in the town too.
You get the
It
sense.
doesn't seem like a hot vacation spot, is what I'm saying.
You get the sense like there's some abandoned stuff in this town, and
Okay.
there might not be anything if you kick in a door, for instance.
Do we really want to go back out there, though? I mean, I don't want to fight any. I don't want to fight any more of those things till we rest.
I could scout ahead. My horse is quite fast.
I'll kind of throw it out there. He didn't immediately attack us, and the dog can breathe fire. Could be a potential ally if things were to attack us here.
That's true.
And
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind searching this building in the morning with our host permission. It's fascinating, and sometimes there's hidden rooms in buildings like this.
There's a basement,
Yes.
It's ominous.
though I
Yeah,
don't
that was
really.
very ominous.
I don't think we should have his permission. This church is not his.
Oh,
I was thinking
okay.
the same thing. It's like polite to ask, but it really isn't. Like, he has some claim because he was here first, yes, and we are trying to be polite, but it's not like he could tell us, don't go down there, that's my basement.
Because it's
But
But you
not.
could
in his
also
basement.
lock us in the basement.
Because I've already killed
Yeah.
the person who this did own to because he was evil, but.
That is fair. Yeah, let's just sleep here then. We could take watch.
There are two
take watch in
rooms.
turns. Do we want to split up?
The men could go in the bottom room, we could stay in this one.
Oh, that's true.
I think that'd be well-mannered of us.
I stay where my master stays.
He likes to sleep at the foot of my bed like a little dog.
I suppose you could fit.
I wink at Winnie.
And I don't necessarily
I get it.
need to lay down to sleep. I kind of just turn into a statue and have awareness still.
I'm fine with that.
I can just be pointed towards the door and just keep an eye out for anyone opening the door.
We could bring another mattress in.
Like I said, I don't need to lay down. I can.
Yeah.
I'm a
If-
Warforged. It's different.
If Groza wanted to stay, we could bring another mattress.
We could just hold the bed from the other room and scoot this one over.
I'm good with the floor. And he reaches in his backpack and pulls out a bear trap, and it's like, and I also got one of these.
Right in front of the door. Love
That's
it.
what I was thinking. Well, not like in front of the door so it like pushes away, but like when you open the door, that first step inside, snap! Right in the ankle.
Unless you're expecting it, like your ankle's gonna hurt and I'm gonna be staring at you.
But looking at a guy like me, do I look like I have a bear trap on me?
Yeah.
I mean, yes.
I remember I got the hat on, so I look just like Winnie's.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
true. Yeah.
Right now? No. I like the subterfuge.
See? Who's gonna expect, hey, big guy's got a bear trap?
Well, if you go
Yeah.
unconscious, does the hat keep going?
I mean, it's a magic item, I don't know. I can look it up.
You
I
have
don't
to
think
tune
it's.
to it.
The spell ends if the hat is removed. That's all
Okay.
it says.
So yeah, the hat's still good. So you're still not a mountain man right now.
As long as it stayed on.
I'm incognito.
So you do not look like you would be pulling out a bear trap, and yet
And yet I did.
you did.
Yeah, I'll set this up in front of the door. I'm good with the floor. I got a bedroll.
And I'll like position myself like right behind the bear trap, just facing the door
Just like
Don't put
ready.
your
my-
hand in it.
to do my sentry's rest.
So you guys are all staying in the same room then.
Yeah.
There is a 15 by 10 foot room, and the 4 adventurers share the one bed.
Looks like-
Sentry's rest.
You don't get the impression that this guy is angry or looking at you or paying any attention to you when you're out in the hall or anything like that. He's not even bothered by your presence. As long as you don't try to talk to him and interrupt him, he's fine with whatever. And so if you wanted to, like, you know, pull beds together or into a different room or whatever, you know, feel free. Everybody can sleep comfortably tonight.
Cool.
Enough, at least.
DM, did you see my note?
Oh, I did not. Where is the note?
I sent it to your
Discord, probably.
your Discord. Yeah, your Discord direct
Cord of
message.
Dis.
All right, yeah, no problemo. So I guess that's probably about halfway through our thing. If you guys want to, we can take a break / short rest or long rest.
Sure.
As
And just for reference, since it's been a while, mine only needs to last 6 hours, I believe. I displayed the
Right.
sentry's rest information, so I can be the first awake.
well,
just
you
watching
haven't
everyone.
completed the rest yet.
Yeah.
So as you go
Just the
into start this lockdown for a few hours, the priest chanting away in the other room, non-stop, as if he's not even breathing. And you guys have started your rest, which is you're gonna need 6 hours, I believe, or 8 hours.
I need 6, they need 8.
Yeah, they need 8. So, okay, but they only need 6 of that time being sleeping. So,
Yeah, and then the other 2 are light activity.
yeah. So if you guys
Is the-
want, that's you can describe to me who's going to bed right now. Who's on the first? If you're staying awake at all, or just
I can
midnight
technically
sentry?
I can be in technically every watch since I am not unconscious and I can still see and hear as normal.
I'll take the first watch to set up the bear trap.
But technically I'll just be in every single watch.
Yes, exactly.
If anyone else wants to accompany that, feel free. Extra eyes.
I'll take second just so that Winnie and Groza, I feel like our most busted boys should get as much sleep as they can.
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty secure in here, so I'm gonna read for the first 2 hours, and then I'm out for 6,
Okay.
unless someone wakes me up to take over. And also the note, however you want to handle that.
Yeah, it seems like Groza's got first watch and Midnight's awake, so you can sleep right now and then wake up later and take
Sure.
take some rest after that. So you and Midnight and Helki can all start your long rest buttons, and Groza is not quite there yet. I guess Midnight you're not there yet either, but you guys are gonna get about 6 hours before they have to switch out and whatever. And,
So we can go ahead and hit rest.
Yeah, you
Do
two
we
you two
deselect
can. Midnight
New
and
Day?
Groza can't yet.
Okay, just let
in
me
case.
know when.
Just in case. And we will go
Do we-
for our
Do we deselect New Day, or do we leave that clicked?
Too late.
Oh,
I'm not
too
clicking
late.
anything till I'm told to.
Same. I'm
Yeah,
just,
just-
letting it all happen in waves.
it's just
I didn't realize there was a tick box.
it's just so if you guys do decide to do something crazy or whatever, then we're following along. And as the rests begin, Groza and Midnight, Groza, you notice that Midnight is kind of zoned out, even though she says she's awake. She's kind of in this.
It's like the lights on the eye where the eyes would be are not the bright blue anymore. They're dimmed out and gray.
Well, he full on goes up and he does like the hand in front of your face to see if you react.
The lights will like wake up like what?
Oh, sorry, I was just... Never mind.
They're dimmed, but I can still see and hear you. I just can't respond. And she'll just like dim again.
And just for shits and grins, he does it like one more time.
You can can just feel
Charging
the
mode.
Y through the blank.
Sorry, I've never met something like you before. This is all new to me too.
We've just gone full statue mode at this point.
Love it.
That's awesome.
She does look like a knight.
Nice. And yeah, you're feeling pretty confident that you're on the right track here. As the other guys finish their rest and they wake up, and Groza, you can take some fives, take some snoozes, and Wenny, you are able to. Your first thought, as soon as your eyes open in the middle of the night, is, oh, we gotta make sure those pets are okay. And as you head out of the church, just to take a peek, we will take our break.
Cool.
Great.
Nice.
We'll see you guys in a few minutes. Like 10, 15? If anybody's not back in 15, we're starting.
Gotcha.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back. I think I can be heard now, and I can hear you.
Can you hear us?
Definitely hear you.
So.
Nice. I have a question.
Yeah,
Can I add the dancing longsword in my inventory?
that you can. That you can.
Yes.
So, Wenny... when he went outside, correct? That was the last thing that happened?
Yeah, let's hope that wasn't a grave mistake.
Famous last words.
Yeah.
I'm sure my horse can telepathically say if something went wrong.
I like
Well,
those
Wenny
words.
does
I like those words that you say. Grave mistake. Because
Yeah, that was good.
Meme.
that was very good.
I like to quote the bard when I can.
I think it's this
How
one
did
here.
you know?
I think it's this one here. I'm going to try that. Let's hope that's the right one. Yes, it is. Okay. So outside the church here, you walk around. If you can see my mouse, I don't know if you're loaded in yet or not.
It's almost loaded.
Okay.
Oh, nuts.
So outside the church here, you see the animals have scattered. You don't know where they are right now. There is in front of the doorway of the church, like looking at the doorway closer. This is kind of just to give you a little bit of a scene setting. I couldn't find a great shot of exactly what you're seeing, but yeah. This is basically what it is that there's a saber-toothed tiger. Now, I don't know if Winnie has seen one of these before or not, but you have an idea. You've seen some things like this before. Unlike this saber-toothed tiger in the picture, it has only one tooth.
Okay. I like those odds.
It is a very much beat-up looking cat. It doesn't look dead or anything like that. It looks like a living cat. However, the monkey in behind him and the carriage and this spectral form of a man standing behind them, leaning against this carriage, are anything but normal looking. The monkey and the man both have a ethereal hue to them, as they are somewhat spectral in form. The tiger has been drawn towards the church. And it seems that you came out just in time to sort of see this cat get to the church and be brave enough to maybe walk in while it sees you at the same time as you see it, sort of thing, and it starts moving towards you slowly. So it was stationary when you walked out, but you see it and then it starts moving towards you. And it is moving in towards the church, towards potentially looking right past you even. And it looks like it's not even concerned with you necessarily, and it's looking at the priest behind you in the far end of the church as it's casting this spell.
The creature is casting a spell?
The priest is still praying.
Okay.
The prayers have seemingly drawn something's attention, is what you're kind of coming to the realization of, as none of the animals are anywhere around, and this tiger is now walking towards the front of the church and towards you, as the man and the monkey stay back with the wagon. So, we will go back to the other map with everybody on it, unless you're going to run out.
Thanks for that horrifying image.
Like, what do you want to do right now? Is it you're going to walk forward one step or back one step?
I'm going to back one step.
Okay, I'm going to load that map then.
Yeah. And I'm going to reach into my pouch and pull out my signal whistle.
Okay. Remind me what that does again?
It's a very loud whistle.
It's just, yeah. And I'm going to... Wait, did I think to Buy one?
like
Yeah, signal whistle.
It's like
Okay,
an info
and
tab on
I
it.
thought you said signet.
oh,
That's what I
No.
heard too.
I heard signal.
Yeah.
a
We
small
just-
whistle used for signaling.
We just made up a new magic item, though. Come on.
The signal whistle.
Can I scurry back to our room?
Fully can.
I don't want to interrupt.
The tiger is probably 30 or 40 feet still from the doors of the church, and the man in the caravan and the monkey are probably like 100 feet from the doors or something.
Yep. I will use my boots of springing and striding to get to the door quickly and enter the door.
Sweet.
Okay.
Boom.
Do you take another look back before you go into that room?
Yeah, I'll look back.
You look back and you see the monkey grab the chain that's on the front of the caravan wagon and put it over his shoulder and begin to walk, dragging this 1,000-pound coach behind him.
You know, it's
towards the
funny, I was
church.
going to ask you if the monkey was dragging the... Okay. Fantastic. No one's going to believe Winnie. This is just the kind of thing that happens to him. Okay, he's going to burst in the door. Well, he's going to walk in the door, shut it quietly, and then he's going to lose his shit.
Boop. Eyes on.
You can totally open the doors yourself, right?
No, there we
Yeah.
Oh, do I have to click on it first?
You have to
There we
click
go.
it, drag your token through, then
Okay.
close
The problem
it.
is my menu was in front of my character, and I was having trouble scrolling the screen.
Sorry about that.
That was my fault. I'm gonna wake up Hilke first, since that's my good friend.
What?
Hilke, and then I remember myself. Master,
Yes.
a monkey,
Yes.
a headless man, and a one-toothed saber-toothed tiger walk into
Manny,
a church.
It's too early for your jokes.
No, it's happening.
You
Outside.
said one-tooth saber tiger.
Yes.
Gerald! You
Prominent
found
tooth.
Gerald!
What about the monkey and the headless man?
I don't
You
know
know
anything
them?
about that, but I know a friend who had a monkey. I don't know anything about a headless man, but one-tooth saber tiger, that's Gerald.
Is that a friend, I hope?
He was technically one of our mounts till we lost him. I'm surprised he came back.
I don't
Well-
get the joke.
Why don't you,
I don't know if he would remember me, because one person who I was traveling with had speak with animals and could be friendly with him more, but
well,
Could
he's
see if
not
he
gonna
remembers
remember
me.
And he looks big enough to eat me. So, do you
is he
mind?
still outside?
He was headed this way.
Oh boy.
He didn't look
That-
well.
Looks like we are getting ready to go then. Everybody pack up your shit.
I wouldn't say ready to go. I would say investigate, because I would still like my magic back.
No.
Because
I'm still
Me
trying
and
to figure out the joke. So
haven't yet.
the
Oh, I
headless
thought you said
man,
that's it.
No, Greg
one
said we
tooth
haven't
saber-tooth
yet.
tiger.
I wish it was a joke.
It's
There-
not a joke. The one-tooth saber tiger used to belong to Van Richten. It was fed Vistani. We were trying to rehabilitate it when we took him.
So it may already have a taste for flesh, is what you're saying.
Vistani, specifically.
Okay, well, here's a problem. When I woke up, I set my glamour armor to look like a Vistani servant.
Don't go back outside.
I just put it on my character sheet.
Don't go back outside. I'll go out first.
Just to clarify, this is like still the middle of the night, so we're not all long rested? Or
Me
this
and
is the
Groza
morning?
shouldn't be, if Greg is correct, still.
It's
was-
pretty close for Groza and Midnight. They are groggy right now. They have if you get a little more rest, you'd be at a long rest. So you could debate me if you really needed a spell slot. There's a chance you could roll for it, that kind of thing. But you're pretty close to finishing a long rest at this point. So
Should we go and check it out then, and you guys can just chill for a little bit? Well, maybe not you, because you said you're dressed like a Vistani. I could go and investigate and message you all if there's something worth coming to see.
You're not
Just
going out
scream
there
if
by
you need
yourself.
me.
I'll change my armor back to my normal appearance.
I can finish resting after we deal with this.
The priest has
The
stopped
cat's
chanting.
probably... The cat can probably, maybe, there's a chance it will recognize me.
I hope so.
I will go out with whoever wants to try to talk to this cat.
I can't talk to it, but maybe it'll recognize the name Gerald. Because that's
I'll
what we
go out.
called it.
Rosa went back to sleep.
That's
Open
fine.
the door.
So Groza, in
If
about
we need to.
15 minutes, at the most, you will be able to wake up on your own accord and be... You just need that little extra bit, and you'll be at a long
Good
rest.
luck. Holler if you need me.
I'll finish after this.
Yeah, I will take away the Vistani look, and I'll go out with everybody who's going out.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as
I
you
just wanna
three
get
head outside, I'll just copy some tokens. As you three head outside,
This is either going to go so good or so bad.
Yeah,
We're gonna find out what's up.
that picture was really disturbing. It's well done on creating the atmosphere.
nice. So yeah, heading out. I'm just gonna put you guys on the other side of the gates here, where you'd be in the front of the church. And the wagon and such, the ghostly figures are down, let's say, about 100 feet north of you, or 100 feet this way, let's say.
Okay.
As you
Up
came
in
out of the
here.
church, as you came out of the church over here, you ended up looking through here, like you see the saber-toothed tiger over here, and it has now moved back towards the wagon. As you have taken some time inside the building, the tiger has now moved back, and the ghostly creature is now residing in this cemetery with the wagon and the monkey and the saber-toothed tiger.
Okay. And we can see them from where we are?
Yeah, you can see
Oops,
through the
sorry.
grate. Through the grate. My bad.
Okay.
I believe.
So I'm just
gonna
like
go
having
ahead
to
and
like
take-
assume things are in the way.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, it looks like
Those-
there's some
Like a
terrain,
pillar in the way.
and plus it's dark out, so it's like hard
Yeah.
to pick them up, like unless they are in those moments of light.
And it's like
Um,
in this direction.
Yeah. Here,
Okay.
I'll
Okay.
kind of make it easier for you.
Just
it
wanted to
is-
make sure by pointing.
It's all up this way.
Okay.
Okay, so we can probably move our characters a little bit.
Yeah, kind of come out here a little bit, I think.
This
come on,
one's funny actually. I don't know why it did this, but it made it small. So
And then move.
Still can't see
Character
anything.
move? Character move.
Hmm.
Move more?
Still can't see anything.
Kitty?
Just wait until it's in the aura, I guess.
Hello? Yeah, I can only see where your aura is.
I'm just like edging slightly. It's like, "Ee." Gerald!
Great.
Yeah, kitty, kitty, kitty.
Gerald!
and
I
then
swear they're
out
all
of
here.
nowhere, there's Gerald. As you see him slowly move around this crypt.
I can't
And you
see
look-
Gerald.
We have to go within my aura where they can't see Gerald.
Oh, you don't
Yeah.
have. Okay, well, there's also, just so you guys know, if you click on your token and then right click, I'll do this to Winnie now. There's a torch at the top left that will turn on a light source
Oh.
for you.
Where's Gerald?
It's Gerald.
Does Gerald look like he's wearing his armor?
Gerald's armor has fallen off of him. It is
Good. I know what that armor does. Good.
Exactly. He turns towards you, takes another step, and you see the missing tooth poking out. And in behind him, you see a figure take one step towards you guys. And the monkey that was pulling this wagon as well jumps off of it, and as it does, its body just like falls to dust. And as it does that, you see that it's got wings that spectrally come out. It's basically Piccolo, the 2 foot tall or 1.5 foot tall monkey, is now Piccolo, but inside of a 20 foot almost or 15 foot tall spiritual Piccolo. And he is able to fly and carry this pull this wagon with no problem, but at the same time he is just a little Piccolo. And the guy in front of him, who seems to be directing this thing, is standing there with his hands on his hips, one of them on a cane on his waist, as he makes a motion with his cane, a bow to you. And
I'll be nice and bow back.
Yeah, Winnie is going to return the bow.
I'm not taking my eyes off him, but I am going to bow.
And then, so the creature there with the cane sword,
Trust it.
he holds his hand up to his head, which is not there, and slowly draws a line across his neck, and then pulls his sword. Let's roll some initiative.
All right. Winnie's going to draw his rapier.
Of course. He's controlling Spectral Piccolo. He's controlling Gerald. And he wants to kill us. I know what that monkey used to be Piccolo the monkey, and the saber-toothed tiger's Gerald, the saber-toothed tiger. I don't know who that is, or why he has them.
He's dressed in... Give me an insight check, Midnight.
Bad rolls as always. Insight.
And we still need Wenny to go to the fighting hand symbol and click on his dice to roll initiative.
Yep, there we go. Sorry. There.
Pooh. Oh, that was almost a 16.
Oh, shit. Somebody got a nat 20.
On
That's
initiative.
A serious initiative roll.
Yeah.
I go left as always. Haha.
So, Midnight, roll me that insight check, did you? Oh,
I did. It was
an 8.
It was poopy.
An 8. Okay, for that,
It was poopy.
I will say that this man's clothing looks fancy. It's reminding you of something. Like you've seen this outfit on somebody before, but you can't place the face.
And not many people in Barovia get fancy.
You can't place the face, really.
Because he has no face. Maybe he'll do something, or I'll see something he has during me punching him to death with a sword that I'll recognize.
All right. So, Wenny, with a 24, you are definitely up first, as the combat has begun.
Okay, here we go. Winnie is going to move primarily... First, use his speed to move over here. Yeah, right here.
I can't see.
You remember what he told you about the thingy?
Yeah, but I had to unplug my mouse so I could charge my computer. So I can't right click right now.
There you go.
Okay, you've all got torches lit now, except Midnight, who is a torch.
I am the torch, and I have lanterns strapped to my waist belt and all of that nonsense.
Thank you.
I'm going to use my bonus action to dash. Yeah. I'll stay right here. I will draw... I don't have a bow. Okay. I will stay right here, and I will hold my action to attack with my rapier if anyone closes to within melee range.
Okay.
Melee.
Next, you see this monkey put down the chains of this wagon and take to the skies. It just shoots up 15 feet in the air right away, first thing it does. As it goes up, it obviously has grown in size compared to the small monkey that that you originally saw out there. It's a currently large creature, so 2x2. And it flies up 15 feet and then starts to strafe across towards Midnight and Helki.
Great.
That's too far. One more back. There we go. There we go. And then he lets out from his little monkey face, which is now a big monkey face, a monkey scream. And
Monkey scream.
You guys both are enveloped in a giant stream of this necrotic wave of lethargy sweeps over you as he tries to weaken you both.
Strength save. +4 for her. +4 for me.
Yeah. Actually, not that bad. I was afraid it was going to be way worse.
Wow.
Did you add that +4 to yours?
Not yet. I think.
Because it will be a 22. Because the 1d4 is already incorporated.
Okay. Then no. Yes. 22.
Okay.
And I have 26 with my stuff already incorporated.
All right. So, you have no effect on you, as you have both been able to maintain with Midnight's aura, and the prayers that you had before have had a serious help in that situation. Let's see if I can get rid of that aura breath thing. Yeah. Gerald, all of a sudden,
No, Gerald!
on the you can see Gerald takes one quick look back over at the creature with no head, and then as this creature is walking, the creature with no head is clearly intent on coming directly at you, Midnight. And when Gerald sees that, he jumps at you, and he makes.
Gerald, why?
I believe I can do that. Yeah, he'll do a little loop around and then pounce at you. So he's going to do this one.
Bad
This
Gerald.
one, this one.
Bad Gerald. No.
Gerald
Bad kitty.
pounces on you and ding off of your armor. And then he tries to bite at you as well. With a 23.
I do have the 12 THP. Because he barely just met it.
Oh, wow.
Dang.
15 piercing damage as Gerald's one tooth. You hear as the metal of the armor gets pierced right on your arm. You feel his claw.
That's 3 actual damage, 12 through the THP.
I believe you have to make a DC 13 strength check.
Occur.
Because he ran at you. DC 14.
Occur. Save strength.
That might not be the right... It's a claw attack, so that was the bite attack. Never mind. You don't have to.
Okay.
You're good. That's his turn. Helki, you're up.
I can deduct this stuff manually.
Oh, I can do that. Here.
Yeah, it's just get rid of THP, do a little bit to the hit points.
Just, Helki, like, just woke up, hasn't had any coffee or anything yet, and she looks at this headless motherfucker and she says, you want to start the day hard? Okay, let's start the day hard. And I'm going to cast Spirit Guardians at 3rd level.
Yay!
Okay.
Nice.
Gerald knows what that is.
Gerald
Sorry,
knows
Gerald.
very well what that is.
Sorry, Gerald.
Poor
Gerald.
Oh, and I guess I will move a little bit. I don't want to get in Gerald's like zone, so I'm gonna just move like up, kind of over.
And
Like,
near the gate-ish to try and get monkey brains in there.
yeah.
Did I make
I
my
wanna see
Spirit
if-
Guardians way too big? I did. Didn't even realize that until
Is it
now.
not
It's just the
30-foot
art.
radius?
It's just the art.
How big's the radius?
I think it's 20.
Is it 20 or 30?
Sphere.
Oh, it's a
30-foot sphere?
15 foot
15-foot sphere.
15-foot sphere.
Yeah. 15-foot radius
Okay.
sphere. So I've got
So
to
it's supposed to be much
double the
smaller.
size of the animation that it should be. But that's fine.
I will
We will.
just come.
we
I
will-
think I can move that
We
far.
will stick with it.
I don't think it's radius. It just says distance of 15 feet for the duration.
So
Well, it's
15
here,
feet from
though.
her, period, and I would be out of it.
It's
Gerald.
the range is self 15-foot sphere, so it's just like around me.
Right.
It would end here.
I didn't realize that last time. I was too worried about too many other things. That's fine though.
So it barely clips Gerald.
It's like there's like kind of an internal circle that's happening if you watch the animation. Like a little
Yeah, it starts with a littler one, then gets rid of it completely, and then does the big one.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Okay.
this is how far it's supposed to go.
I'm gonna work on getting that back
Okay.
animated again, but you guys can continue.
Yeah, but for now, don't 2 creatures at least have to do a thing?
Okay.
I think I can get both of them.
That's when they came
in it.
into it for the first time.
Which, when it's summoned, counts for the first time as well.
And I designate, if Groza comes out, he can't get in it because I can't see him to declare him as, like, protected from it. But, their speed is halved when they're in the area. And they have to make a wisdom save, DC 16.
They both fail.
They both. I was like, Piccolo got it.
No.
-1.
Oh,
Piccolo's not that smart.
he's a dummy monkey.
So that's gonna be... Let me open the chat back up. 3d8 radiant damage to them.
Just remember to untick your... You have us ticked.
Oh, there! You finally rolled it. Okay, now I was like, why do I have to roll these? Okay.
Yeah.
From now
so
on,
we can just
rolling the
ignore
damage
the
starts that up, and I'll just ignore these saves. But I will be doing it
Yeah,
like
because
that.
you have me. You had me,
Oh,
the
that must be-
Gerald,
it must-
and Bert.
It must have auto-selected when I, like, cast it.
It did.
Gotcha.
The bird is not in there, but that guy is
Yeah,
part
you
of
got it
for sure.
You got it. 2, and it was 15 damage. So I'm just gonna take 15 off both.
Cool. And that will be my turn for the moment. Unless... What's the distance on that? I don't think I could... Yeah, I think I'm too far away to message Groza and be like, hey!
You can actually
My
click
voice?
on your token and hover over other tokens, and it'll. Oh, Groza's not on the map. Never mind.
Yeah,
I was
Because he still said,
he's still
I'll sleep for
sleeping.
15 more minutes.
Yeah, exactly.
That's okay.
Uh,
We'll either be dead if he gets out here or we'll have finished. So.
That was his plan at least.
Yeah.
Okay, so Helki, you have done the Spirit Guardians. You have moved forward. Bonus action.
I don't have any, I think, that I... Do I have any that I can do right now? I don't want to burn any sorcery points yet, if I don't have to.
Okay.
So I will hang on to that.
So who's up? Octavio's next. And as he does it, as he does this gesture, Midnight, it's clear to you now. He does the same pose that he did in all of his posters.
Squint.
This is the Carnival Man. The false appearance.
The false carnival man.
Of a man you know very well.
Van Richten. I killed you, I'll do it again.
That's awesome. I'm just having a slow computer time. It's not opening up something for me here. I don't know why.
He ain't got no head. He can't do verbal spells anyways. I would have to hear him speak.
Or so we think.
Oh, there it is. Okay.
Unless he got a secret mouth in that stump.
That's pretty funny.
Poor Gerald.
That's pretty funny, I gotta say. Okay, the grid radius in squares is 3.
Which is 15.
That's right, though,
Feet.
right? 3?
Yeah.
Yeah, each square is 5 foot.
Okay.
Or 5 feet.
Yeah. Try the 3 and see how that goes.
I just wanted to, unless it's this one. No, let's try that. Submit. Save. Close. And then I'll cast this spell again for you, so you'll have your guardians back. That's all I was doing.
So we
there.
can do the seeing.
Don't consume the spell slot.
Fwom.
Fwom.
Yeah, that's a lot better.
There we go.
With Gerald barely clipping in with the toe.
Oh, it's smaller now.
Oh, yeah, that animation is just centered on her only.
Yeah. Well, we know it's up and we know it's 15 feet. That's all that matters today. I will fix it for next time. I didn't notice it until in time, so... Oh, well. It is Octavio's turn. And as the Headless Bard, slash Cleric, slash, as you now know, Wenny, slash Thief, potentially, he moves forward and...
What's he gonna do? He gotta get through the 15-foot radius of death.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
He can ponder.
There's 10.
The spear.
Yes, come into my orb.
I mean, he's technically
20.
He's in the orb.
His movement speed is halved while he's in here too.
Yeah.
Right.
And he's
So
taking
that's
the damage. He would have to take the damage.
And at this point, he enters in, so that's 10. That's 20 feet, and this is his 30 feet. Then
Make
So
him
he
do the
can-
wisdom save.
he cannot get that far, and he will do a wisdom save now, as he is trying to resist your holy guardian power.
No, he does not. Haha,
So you
stinky.
can roll another 3d8s.
I would love to do that.
As he realizes he's not able to push through this force of your holy aura as fast as he wants to. He takes the 9 damage as his like hands start being peeled off by the impacts of these holy beings. And while that happens, he comes at you with the sword cane.
Oh no.
I want that sword cane.
A 13. First attack.
Lance.
He's the guardians have really distracted him more than he thought they would. But now he's centered in on you as he stabs
I see.
as best he can with a 17.
Still within the range.
17 hit. Hits Helki.
Yeah, it do.
It does. Sorry, my dogs are going nuts.
Okay.
Yes.
So, as his sword cane is like very rapier-like. Oh wow, he rolled bad. It goes right through. It's very small, right? So it's not like a giant sword is ripping through your abdomen, but it's now poking out your back, and you take
That's not nice.
the 9 damage from that attack.
Do I get to
Oops.
add that 4, or is the 4 already in there?
The 4. You're not within range of me. You're 20 feet away, so you don't qualify for auras.
Never mind. 17.
Okay. That's Octavia's turn. Midnight, you're up.
I'm gonna say complete YOLO and take the opportunity attack from Gerald to get to flanking with Van Richten, because to me, Gerald is not a threat. So it'd be like 10, and then he can swipe at me if he wants. I don't care. I'm gonna flank this man and finish him again.
Gerald will. Why not? He is going to...
Gerald can get shanked.
Oh.
He's being a meanie.
Okay, hold on. Gerald, target. See, I did it too. Oh, those are your target buttons. Now I got it. Alright, he's going to take a swipe at you.
Okay.
Oh, 24.
Oh, that lagged really hard.
For 13 damage.
Eh.
Oof. Gerald's taking a couple bites out of you. Okay, yeah,
I
you're
still
up.
have tricks. Anyway, so I started flanking. And what am I gonna need? Let me double check something. That is that. What is it in the spell book? I might blow a spell on this. What was it? Sure, why not? Don't know if this will work properly when I do it, but bonus action first. Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Magic weapon.
Concentrating. Oh! Very cool.
And then I'm gonna smack him twice and hope it applies to the things properly. Inventory. Get out of here, combat tracker. Inventory. Longsword. Attack at advantage.
Mm-hmm. Ooh. Yeah, that's a hit.
Lucky.
I don't know if it's put in there right, but I'm assuming it is.
That is a hit.
And then smack him. And then I'm gonna smack him again.
Alright, he takes the 8 damage from the first one.
Then I'll smack him.
And that's
As I'm like
definitely
screaming,
a hit.
I killed you once, Van Richten, I'll do it again.
You can tell he, doesn't animated like, you kind of got to him, but he can't say why, how mad he is right now.
And that will be Midnight's turn.
10
The
more.
smacks.
Okay, and those
Magical
are just
damage.
Those are magical damage, but not like anything else.
It's magical damage, just straight up magical from magic weapon.
Gotcha. Okay, so Wenny, you're about to go, but before you do, we're gonna head back into the church.
Oh no.
Fine with me.
Not you into the church, but
Right, I understand.
You guys might not be able to see for a minute. Don't panic.
Okay.
You can watch the stream.
Exactly. Oh, there you are in the hallway. Oops. Okay, so Groza,
No, we're not.
you're trying to catch some Z's here to finish off your long rest, and you're in the middle of dreamland. What are you dreaming about right now?
I'd say since with my backstory, since I struck a deal, I'm dreaming of a more peaceful Barovia. Of course, with me sitting on a nice throne with a nice crown, and it's just like not Barovia but better.
Not Barovia, but better. And you hear footsteps passing outside of your door as what you deduce to be the priest and the creature that were here still, by the sound of the thing and the smell of it as it passes by your door. Is even just walking by, this thing drafts just terrible garbage everywhere. And so putting those two clues together, you figure that the priest is now heading outside and running away, and you don't see your friends anywhere.
Well, I don't think this is going to end up well. So Groza will get up, collect his bear trap, and head outside.
All right. Give me a perception check as you exit the church.
"21."
Nice.
21, nice. You see your owl bear.
Oh no. Is the Albert okay?
The owl bear is okay. It's been hiding. It's looks terrified, and it's out on the street outside the church grounds. It doesn't look like it wants to come back toward anywhere near the church, even though you're there. It doesn't see you coming out of the church, though. It kind of you have the sense that it knows you're in there, but it didn't want to come any closer. And you see that. You also see the man with his creature running around towards the cemetery of the church as well.
It's weird. Sharpbeak usually loves a good fight. This means something bad's going on. Just don't be dead like I just met the knight. It would be, if she died, I'm gonna get in a lot of trouble or something. I don't know. What are they up to? And I'm not sprinting. I'm kind of like casually jogging, keeping my distance, trying to put together what happens before I just run in.
Gotcha. And so as you are jogging behind, you see the priest makes his way into the church. You can signal for Sharpbeak if you want him.
And I'll leave Sharpbeak where he is.
Okay. So you follow the priest behind, and in the time that it took them to investigate where this saber-toothed tiger was off to and creep through this place, the priest ran outside. You followed. You guys can roll initiative, or this group here can roll initiative, and we'll join in.
Another nat 20.
Oh!
What?
I love being a barbarian.
Advantage on initiatives.
That's crazy.
Hey.
The priest and his pet. I'm worried. Please be helping.
I know, that's what I'm waiting to find out.
Am I going to get exploded?
He did say he needed to talk to someone who was dead.
I hope it's not this one. This one's an ass.
It's almost like he summoned. By the way,
Winnie,
he's taking possession of this cart.
It will be ours.
As it once
Just
was.
traveling circus cart.
I have appropriated his stuff before. I will do it again. I have his journal. We used to have Gerald. We took over his tower.
We are the new Van Richten.
At one time, Piccolo was your ally.
Yeah, we used to have Piccolo. Chris loved that monkey.
Now it's literally, you can still see Piccolo. He's 1.5 feet tall, but he's enshrined in this like ghostly apparition, and it's taking up like 20 feet or 15 feet depending on the wind.
I don't like that.
Maybe he'll bugger off once Van Richten's dead again.
You never know. Wenny, you're up.
Maybe.
As you
All right,
hear the gates of the cemetery open again, violently to the south.
I can only hope it's allies. When he thought briefly about trying to sneak up on these people, but he hears the earnest combat and decides he needs to get in there and help. So he is going to advance.
Okay.
Surprise when he appears.
A
So
surprise, Winnie.
That'll get me to my speed, and then I will bonus action. I'm sorry, what is this hovering? Oh, that's Hilky. Okay. And then I'm going to bonus action dash to close with this rat fink. But I don't want to be on that side of him. I want to be up here.
I think that's in it.
Oh, I don't want to be up there.
Well, it's 15 feet up, isn't it?
I don't.
It's
Question mark?
about 10 or 15 feet up. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you can be in its space then. If he's flying, being whooshy.
I don't want to, but I guess that's just how the cookie crumbles.
Shank,
Okay,
shank,
we're
shank.
going to target this guy, and we are going to attack with a rapier. Let's see. Oh, I'm getting advantage.
You've got advantage because you are in combat with another creature. Or
Yes.
he is in combat with another creature. That's a hit.
19.
That's a hit.
Let's give it some normal damage. And let's also give it some sneak attack. So that's 9 piercing damage from a magical weapon, plus an additional 22. Whoa!
Nice.
Plus an additional 22 piercing.
And it is a magic weapon?
That is correct. And I've used my bonus. I've used pretty much all the speed that I can do. So that is it for me. Apart from, I'm going to look this creature where it's in its neck hole and say, "Careful, you cur, you dog with lips," and leave it at that.
I don't think it has lips.
I want to say stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, Wenny, that's your turn. As the monkey behind you,
I'm like
a monkey above you, actually.
Okay, so you guys were within the radius.
It is going to. Well, it's going to roll a d6.
Not to be mean.
Okay. So it's going to advantage. Okay. Just making sure. Pack tactics. Yes. Okay. Seeing as you are now engaged with Rictavio, or / Van Richten's ghost, Piccolo, the giant spectral monkey, who's also a tiny monkey, the tiny monkey flies down. The rest of you would see as the small monkey reaches like this and just grabs his ankle.
Wait,
the big monkey.
second for spell question real quick. Is it at the beginning or end of their turn they take the damage?
Oh, because he would have just entered the thing? Or is it at the beginning?
He started his turn there.
And it's like a giant orb of 15 feet all around her, so he would still be in it.
Yeah.
And he just descended.
Well, no, he took it. He took the damage already that he would have just taken now, because he was 20 feet, 15 feet. I guess you're close enough, maybe. It's on the... Alright, we'll say you got it already. So, he will do another one. I was just figuring that he was higher up before.
Okay, well, you said 15 feet up, so I wasn't sure.
Right, but he's not right above your head.
Yeah.
And that's a 15-foot sphere that your thing is. So, but I'll just give it to you for before because I didn't catch it really. So.
Okay. Okay. Sorry.
So he failed. He failed.
Yeah, that's what I was asking, just to make doubly sure.
I wasn't sure if I had taken off stuff from him before, and I didn't. I shouldn't have, but yeah, whatever. It's all good.
We know for now.
14.
Okay.
Half speed while he's in there.
Right. So he looks a little wounded now, which he shouldn't, because he should have only been hit by one. But it's good. It's good guardian.
We will end the monkey.
He is going to ask Wenny.
He was gonna ask Wenny.
Yep. To make a... You can do Dex or Strength if you want.
I prefer Dex.
You get a +4 from me and the 1d4 from the bonus, which would still be on your token.
This is a save or a check?
Why am I... Okay, I got a bunch of stuff selected still, that's why. I'm just going to ask you for... If I do it like that, does that work?
Right.
Come on. There we go.
Is he targeted?
Wenny and Piccolo, there we go. Dex, you doing?
Yes, please.
Okay. And Piccolo gets advantage on that too. Because he has a pack tactics as a flying monkey.
Okay, so it's prompting me, so I hit roll, and then I'm going to add 4 to this.
Yeah, because you're within my aura, so you get a default 4, and your token should auto-roll the 1d4 from your bless.
Right.
+4. Okay, so I added a +4, then I'm going to hit normal. I hope I did that right. If not, we'll... Oh, you son of a bitch.
And
That
Piccolo
makes
has
me sad.
now grabbed you by the ankle, and as this 1.5 foot tall monkey flies up into the air, behind him the like smoke shadows of this the ghostly form follow him and drag Wenny up into the sky as far as he can go with 40 feet of movement, knowing it's now 20 feet. Knowing he was 10 feet. So he's 10 feet up in the air again with Wenny in his hands.
Oh, no. Hopefully he won't pull Crim.
Stefan, you're up.
Alright, so Groza, he's just going to move up. I guess... Because I can kind of see what's going on. I see the spirit guardians. I see a ghost monkey. Yeah, so I'm just going to move up next to the priest.
You have to go straight up then. Slanted because gate being funky monkey.
There you go.
There we go.
Do you have the walk tool or the measure tool? Just curious.
Oh.
The walk tool should be the...
I had the measure tool.
All right, so let's say that's 15 feet or something, and you are now kind of with the priest sort of thing, in the same area as him.
I just kind of look over at him and I'm like, it's always the weirdest things that happen at a church, and now we got ghosts and stuff like that. You mentioned something about summoning spirits. Is this what you did?
You must not hurt them. I have summoned them
I'm
here.
not gonna hurt them.
I have questions that must be answered.
Oh. And I'll just yell that, hey, he says don't hurt him. He's got questions or something.
Do we get a chance to
So do you live here? And that's all I'm doing with my turn.
Okay, you still have some movement if you want to go a little farther up.
I'm just gonna stay next to the priest, see what he does.
Okay.
Bonus action dash. Yeah, you're right. That's smarter. You're smarter.
Okay, so the saber-toothed tiger starts running at you both. It knows the priest. It knows the priest brought it here, and it is attacking it.
A priest's gonna die.
He's
for
going
being
to
very
do
stupid.
a claw attack. Wait a minute, not midnight. Where's midnight?
I'm over there. Hi.
I have midnight targeted for some reason. Okay,
He wanted a nibble.
that's right. And oh, that's a hit. Damage normal, and he gets the pounce as well because
Bye, priest. Nice knowing you.
he has to make
We're
a strength
creepy.
save now. And he succeeded! Okay. So the priest takes 12 damage and might as well do one more attack here at the same time. Oh, that's another hit. Whew, 25. Gerald is rolling hot today. Oh, with a 1. Okay.
You just had to say it. Had to say it before the dice landed.
It turned on me as soon as I said it. Okay, so the priest takes that and that damage, and that's Gerald's turn.
Wait.
And now it's the priest's turn. That's funny. You can see Groza from your point of view here, standing right beside him. The priest rolls up his sleeves, and he's got these like light vestments that aren't like bulky at all. It's not the kind of thing you generally wear in Barovia, actually. He's probably not native from here, but he rolls up his sleeves, and on his arm there's a tattoo, and it starts to glow as he sort of like rubs it once, kind of like a reverent gesture or something, you know, like some kind of a thing he does all the time sort of thing. It doesn't look like he consciously did it. And all of a sudden, he begins to... He begins to... from his belt, which doesn't look like there's anything there, like it's not a utility belt or anything, it doesn't look like a Power Rangers belt or anything, it's just like an old priest's robes and a little belt. All of a sudden, he pulls like he's got a scabbard or something, a giant sword, the long sword from nowhere, but it's wreathed in shadow. And he makes a couple attacks towards the tiger with it. A 12. That's a miss. Second attack.
This hits on the screen.
Oh, it's a miss. It shouldn't have hit. I don't know what's wrong with that. Oh, a nat 1? Oh, no.
That's a nat 1.
That's a nat 1. Let me just make sure, because I don't... Oh, right, no, Gerald's not wearing his armor right now.
No, he's not.
So the first
Big
one does
stinky
hit.
mistake.
First one does hit. I'll roll damage on that. 6 piercing damage. And Gerald, for some reason, stops moving in front of this priest. Just all of a sudden, just stops moving. And the priest goes in to make another attack. And when he does, he critically fails. Maybe it's because he wasn't expecting Gerald to stop moving all of a sudden. But going to the Discord page
To
and the
see
DM stuff,
the bad stuff.
DM tools, as he takes this melee attack, it is a melee spell attack. That's a ranged melee spell attack. He's gonna roll a d20 and see what happens. Oh boy, this can go crazy. Okay, he's probably safe. We'll see. Okay, so you see him. He hits the tiger once with his blade of shadow and soul, and all of a sudden, the tiger just stops, and he's like, "I didn't think I was going to hit it," kind of thing, and he loses his balance, and you see him just grab his back and like, "Ooh!" and he has pulled a muscle. Let's see how bad that is.
All the old guys in the audience laugh.
Exactly. Constitution
I
save?
can't wait.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see what Smelly Cat does.
Constitution save. Yep. He is on the ground right now with a pulled muscle. So both him and Gerald are now not moving, except the priest is now writhing around on the ground a little bit. Okay, and so now it is that, and this guy is going to...
Rosa's just standing there like, what in the hell just happened?
Nice. This guy is going to, seeing that Gerald has stopped moving and that his guy has had some trouble, he's going to attack the saber-toothed tiger.
Come on, smelly cat. Oh.
Oh.
Did it roll?
Oh.
Death Ray?
That'll
What?
do.
Okay,
Fuck.
so I guess Gerald's supposed to make a saving throw roll, but it didn't make it, so I'll just roll it for him. It is Constitution.
Oh boy. Don't worry, I've got Gerald.
Gerald's
if it goes down.
Just bring him back with a single hit. I'm like,
I'm just
Gerald?
buying everyone's
17.
pets.
Wow, Gerald is resilient today. He made the save. So he doesn't take the full damage. He only takes half. Yep. So let's see what the half was. 26,
Jesus.
so half is 13.
Yes.
Gerald takes
That's not-
13 damage. And that... I'm not sure if that was an action. I just want to... Yeah, it's an action. Okay. And that's his turn.
Super
Oh.
quick.
I'm just 1 second here. Just gonna read something. Target. So if you're paralyzed, you can still make a Constitution save, right?
Should be.
You're
able to-
supposed to be able to do it every turn, I think.
Right, but I
Like
mean,
every
if
time
somebody
it's your
forces you to make a Constitution save, you can still make it if you're paralyzed. You don't have any
Constitution-
disadvantage.
Yes. Otherwise, it would just be you're walking away from the computer till that timer's rounding up.
Yeah, you only automatically fail strength and dexterity saving throws when you're
Yeah.
paralyzed.
And you don't have any disadvantage on other ones.
No, but attack rolls made against you have advantage, and they are critical hits.
Right, okay.
Which is kind of sucky.
Okay.
But you don't want to get paralyzed.
So Helki.
Quick question. I only got hit once by what's his name, right?
And you passed your save.
Yeah, so those points should have come out of my temp HP and not my actual HP, so I'm just gonna fix that real quick.
Oh yeah, I can see that. That was weird.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't showing the temp HP as being there, so I think I fixed it, but we'll see. Okay.
Thank you.
I'm going to... Where's my... Okay, let's see. Second creature... Can I tell whether this spectral monkey is like a magic effect? Like a spell that's been cast?
Give me an insight.
That's a solid 11. So,
It could be. It might not be.
And it's 40 feet in the air right now?
It is 10 feet in the air. Its feet are 10 feet in the air. Because it has 40 feet of movement, but it had to move through Spirit Guardians and back up.
Okay. It's only 10 feet up. Okay. thought it was higher.
And if it says that I can target a second creature, that means I have to target 2 separate creatures, right? Like I can't just target the same creature twice.
Correct.
Okay. In that case, I will burn 2 sorcery points to quicken spell to cast it twice.
Oh.
It's just a cantrip, but I'm gonna do it anyway.
Okay.
So I'm going to... Did this guy already go? Did he do his roll?
Rictavio, no.
He's after me, okay. Great! So I'm gonna cast twice on him. Let me just double check real quick, make sure I'm gonna select the right spell. Yes. Ooh. Spells. Oh, wait. Features. Quicken spell. Usability. So then I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame. Twice, which I think is a... Yeah, DC 16 Dexterity saving throw.
Right.
Twice.
So you should be able to click damage.
Okay. It
There you
didn't
go.
there's the first
Can
one.
I make
the other
the
one.
save? I fail with a 7.
Okay. And then I will cast it one more time. I think I had technically already cast it twice, but that first one I didn't see, so the button is
Right.
gone now.
Gotcha.
So I'll just
You can
do
just
it one more time.
deselect Rictavio then, and just select the monkey, and then it'll be easier.
Oh, this isn't. I'm not doing 2 separate targets. I'm quickening the spell so I can hit Rictavio twice.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
So then only select Rictavio.
Okay, so this time, and he'll get to make another save, but there we go.
Rictavio Richten passes that time. But the first time he did not, and the first time was a total of 7 damage.
Yeah, and then this last one I think would just be 5, right?
And you can see that he got sent back a little bit with the
Notice.
hits. And then the second one
Yeah.
is no damage because
Yes,
it's a cantrip.
correct. And then so basically, Groza like yell, or the priest yells like, "Don't hurt him" or whatever, and then Helki goes like, "Pew pew," and then it's like, "What? Why wouldn't we hurt them? They're attacking us." And that will be my turn. Oh,
Okay.
I'm also gonna move. I don't want to leave this guy's area, but I just want to move like around him, so I'm kind of under this monkey, so that it will be back in my circle.
It's still in your
And so
circle
it
right
hap-
now.
Oh, it already is? Okay, I'm sorry. I thought for some reason that we had
Well,
decided that
we
it wasn't.
decided that it did get damaged the first turn, so that means
Okay.
it's still there, same spot basically. It flew down 10 feet, back up 10 feet because it's still in the Guardians.
That works for me.
And then Rictavio has to start off making wisdom save
Right.
Yeah.
for half.
So you want to roll damage on the Spirit Guardians on
Sure.
on him, and then I can make the save through there.
Oh. Well, I did that wrong.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I'll just make a save.
I can't
Or-
even find the Spirit Guardian.
Or not
anymore.
make a save. 17 more damage. Oh, jeez. He looks pretty hurt. The apparition in front of you is wavering now, becoming more ethereal by the minute. And it's his turn though.
Oh,
So,
Get stabbed again.
that one's gonna get stabbed.
as part of his turn, he is going to... Yeah, he's going to make 2 multi-attack actions, trying to, again, drive his sword. That he put it in your gut once. Now he's got the taste for it
I don't like it being said like that.
And he wants your head. This is coming at your neck.
Great.
That's a lot of damage.
17.
You get +4 to your save. So...
And you succeeded.
That was close. Thought I was going to have to burn an ability.
But you take 17 points of damage from his first attack, and his second one comes through.
Please no?
Oh, that was an 18, and it rolled to a 4. 12. At which point, you can see that the second one didn't hit, and he's changed his mind on what to do next. He turns towards Midnight as his last action.
His last effort's gonna get him hurt. I don't need to target him. There we go. Inventory, longsword, attack, advantage, many dice. Many dice. 7.
Okay.
Longsword, attack, advantage,
No,
many dice. Damage.
Oh, you're gonna kill the guy, and we'll never get the answers.
And as the second swipe comes through, you hear a screaming wail, and for 1 second, instead of his body there, as his body disappears, his face appears to you, almost clear as day, and you can see like his eyes and everything, where the head used to be, and he wails out with one last wail, and everybody around him within 30 feet must make a DC 15 save.
What kind?
+4 is all around.
So it's going to be, I'll select you.
Oh.
And I think that... Oh, darn. And that one? Yeah, okay. So you'll all get the bonus that...
Mm-hmm.
That Midnight applies to you.
+4 bonus of awesome.
Oh, I don't think it applied it to mine. But that's okay.
Yeah, so Helki should be a 20, Winnie should be higher than 22, and mine should be 20.
Okay, so you're able to resist the fear that happens when this guy turns into a skeleton head, and then oh, did I just delete something bad? I don't know what I did. Let's do this. There's 2 delete keys. You gotta be careful.
I think it would be Winnie's turn at this point.
So yeah, Midnight's done. It's Winnie's turn, and as Midnight, as your sword crosses across this spectral creature's chest the last time, and it disappears. You see that it's, as the head screams, the wisps of ghostly presence or whatever head almost directly in or towards Gerald, and they disappear, almost like entering into Gerald and disappearing.
Was it done to Gerald?
Possessed him.
Winnie, you're up.
Okay, so I'm struggling with this monkey. I just saw my metallic companion slash down the headless carnival barker. When that happened, he dematerialized, and his essence went towards the priest that we don't know whether we can trust or not, and was absorbed by the priest body.
It went towards the tiger.
Yeah, the priest and the tiger are in the same spot.
Gerald. The tiger, okay.
They are in the same spot though, so it's very hard to tell. It went that direction.
Gerald.
Despite fighting with this monkey, Winnie wants to see if that sword was left on the ground. Was the pain sword left on the ground?
No.
Damn it. Okay.
Ghostly
Next question.
cane. Ooh.
What is my condition with this monkey? Am I grappled?
You are. You're
Technically-
kind of being held
okay.
upside down 10 feet in the air by a monkey
Okay.
that's actually like... You tower over this monkey, and that doesn't happen often. But
Right.
it towers
So
over
is
you
it-
with its ghost form.
Is it a small or smaller creature?
Well, the monkey itself looks to be small, but the creature that's
Right.
holding you is definitely large.
Right. But the monkey itself, is it a small creature that I could use speak with small beasts from my gnomish heritage to communicate with it?
Being this
That
close to
requires
it,
to be...
being this close to it, you can tell this thing is not alive. This monkey is dead.
Okay, there's no point in reasoning with it.
Actually, its
Okay.
neck sort of flops around weird.
Oh, I don't like that. Last question. Ordinarily, I'm more prepared, but I got a lot of questions because I got to decide what to do here. What would you like for me to communicate with my sentient dagger? An action or a bonus action?
Before I confirm or deny that, do you mind telling me what you're going for?
Because I have not communicated with my dagger in game, I just wanted to see what it could do for me.
Right, okay.
And if now is not the time to deal with it,
I would
then
say that now is not the time for that.
no problem.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's not going to be... You're currently not in a great time to talk. You're being flown up into the air.
Fair enough. Okay, I don't like this monkey, and I want it off of me. I don't mind falling 10 feet. I'm just going for it. So let me see if I can select it. Target. Bad monkey. Attack.
Bad monkey.
Bad monkey.
Kill. Bad monkey. Fall 10 feet because of bad monkey.
All right, this is normal roll, but I'm going to get my sneak attack because... does a 26 hit the monkey?
Yeah.
It does.
Sad.
Okay.
Stab. A monkey.
10 piercing plus some pretty fierce sneak attack. Sorry, monkey. You're already dead. I don't feel too bad about it.
All right, so it's
I feel
Piccolo's
more bad
turn is
about
next,
rolls.
right? Piccolo's turn is next.
20.
So what you see happening here is Piccolo is flying up, right? He's going for it. You exit out of the Spirit Guardians with this monkey holding you by the ankle, and it's like it sounds like a 400-pound gorilla, you know. It doesn't sound like a monkey, and a Capuchin, and so it's flying straight up out of the Spirit Guardians, and you can tell this thing's about to chuck you into the air. This thing it's gonna speed as fast as it can. And then it's going to throw you straight up into the air. And as it tries to do this to you, instead, your sneak attack goes through. And instead of rolling a lot more dice, I'm rolling 9 damage. As when he lands on the ground for 9 damage. And Piccolo, well, you can see. How do you want to do this?
I think it's just like frantic. I know that whatever this thing's going to do to me is bad. There's no reasoning with it. So I'm just like, it's a Hail Mary. I draw my rapier and stab. I draw and I'm just hoping to hit something delicate, and I do. That was just luck. There was no skill there. And I'm prepared for the hit, for the fall. It's the only option I got.
Thud.
And when I land on my ass, and I rub my ass and say, "Oh, my head."
Groza, you are up. The priest that you were talking to is being attacked by this tiger.
Oh, can I use some speed?
You're prone.
Get up for half.
So you have
Yeah, I'll get
half
up
your
for
movement
half.
left.
Yeah, I'll get up for half. Sorry, I should have thought about this. And I'm gonna move. 5, 10, 15, and I'm gonna bonus action stealth behind this grave headstone.
All right, roll me a stealth check, and then Stefan, you're up.
The Groza, just watching everything goes down, just like looks at the priest like, do you want me to kill the cat, or do you want to save the cat? I mean, you told me not to kill anything, and it bit you, and they killed those things, so I feel kind of left out here.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think he pounced. Oh no, he was gonna pounce on him, and he got frozen. That's right. So he fell and hurt his back. So he's like, yes, ah!
Okay, just checking. You know, we just met, and I didn't want to like irritate you.
He's
You
like,
were
does that
nice.
look
I'm gonna
dead
cut this
to
cat's head
you?
off.
Does that look dead to you?
Well, it's about to be, and I just pull out my great axe, and I'm just gonna my great sword, and I'm just gonna go for the neck. I'm gonna try to decapitate it.
Okay. Gerald's been through a lot, but he's had better
Gerald.
days.
I want to adopt Gerald.
My group adopted Gerald. We tried to protect the baby.
I
We're
can't
gonna
believe
give
you
him
rolled a
gold tooth.
4 and still hit me. Yeah.
We're gonna
With
give him the gold tooth.
The bless, all that. Oh,
13 slashing.
Gerald is wounded.
Gerald.
Ah, it's a tough animal. I'm gonna make my second swing.
I'm gonna spare the dying Gerald.
Gonna heal Gerald.
Oh, and that one.
Oh, you, sir, are going to have to roll a d20.
Spare the Gerald.
Maybe through a fumble.
4.
Oh, goodbye, Fair Blade.
Oh no, he.
Roll a strength check.
Oh,
Strength, just regular strength or like athletic?
Strength or athletics check.
28.
Okay. It's pretty good.
All right. So, roll. Oh no, no, you're good. You're good then. Yep, you're fine. You hold on to your blade. You almost threw it. So
Sorry, I slipped a little bit on that second swing. That's all I got. That's my turn.
okay. Gerald is going to. He can move again now. I think. Let me just make sure. Let me just make sure. No, he can't move. Gerald is stuck in place. Those are crit hits. The first one's a crit hit. How do you want to do this?
No, Gerald.
As Gerald's stuck in place.
Oh, I killed him?
I didn't realize he was paralyzed.
Oh, so that would have been that would have been a critical.
Yeah, you can roll crit damage if you want, but I'm going to assume that with his current HP, the way it is.
Yeah, and I also have brutal critical, so that's an extra 1d6 on top of that.
So he's at like minus 25 now.
I sever the head from the body.
And right in front of the priest who pulled
Can we keep the corpse on the thing?
Pulled his back. He's lying on the ground, like, oh, yeah, kill the thing! And the head of Gerald rolls up and right in front of his lap as his legs are kind of spread open, and there's Gerald's head.
Can you revivify a headless body?
If you can,
asking for a friend.
Don't know, but I'm starting to feel less bad about the dead owlbear.
And I guess our combat is over. And
So,
it is pretty close to 9 o'clock right now. I don't want to hold anybody up. I know you've got a big day tomorrow, Brentley. If you want, we can...
Got that work thing.
Yeah. So, we can call it here as the combat just concludes. You have... it seems you have dispatched Gerald, the last combatant here. As that happens, though, you all hear laughter echoing around the graveyard as flaming skulls, not exactly flaming skulls, but these skulls that you can tell they're somewhat sentient, and they float all around in the air above you, 100 feet up kind of thing, and they drift off in the direction of Kresk and beyond. Like straight west from here, basically. And it appears that whatever just happened, like, you're not exactly sure what happened there. You might have to put your heads together, but it might not be over. And we'll end there.
Rookie question. The direction they went west, is that towards the castle?
Correct. But most of Barovia is west of you as well.
Okay.
Which you will find out maybe next week with talking to Midnight.
If Midnight feels like talking at that point.
If Midnight feels like talking.
Because I just want to say the last thing everybody sees is Midnight's eyes turn red.
Oh no.
As she starts charging towards Groza.
Oh no! Okay, the second last thing.
Not like sword out charging, but like running very angrily.
The second last thing everybody sees, when the heads came out and everything, and the laughter and around the graveyard and everything, and you were saying you wanted to take the wagon. You also see the wagon disappears as soon as the tiger died. The wagon disappeared, and now Midnight is charging, and we'll say you're right about there, and we'll see you guys next week.
See you next week.
Fantastic.
See you next week.
And the Curse of Strahd.
Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful week.
Thank you.
Thank you, Greg. That was great.
You just wait. You guys are gonna have to do some deep digging on your brains to figure out what's going on here if you want to have the best advantage of things. Because I'm not gonna make it too easy. All right, chowder.